people are going to have to realize that the culture is what keeps everyone alive. The culture, the foundational Black American culture, is the culture that runs the game, runs the world. And when you disrespect the culture, there will be consequences.
The price of freedom is death. We're coming to get our check.
Black first, my brothers and sisters. Welcome to the Afro Elite YouTube channel. I'm your host, Afro Elite. I appreciate you all being here with us this evening. We have much to discuss, a very good subject. But before we start off, y'all see the shirt? Do y'all like it? I need to know this, okay? If you guys like the shirt, I need you guys to let me know this, okay? Put a 100 emoji in the chat room if y'all feeling the shirt right now, okay? Now, I'm going to say this a little bit later on, but this shirt is on the site, so I need to know if y'all feeling this, okay? Let me move the thing out the way. So just let me know that before we get started, all right? I appreciate you guys for being here with us. Let me give another quick update as everybody is coming on board. We did a live stream Monday, and because of, you know, not copyright, but like the guidelines, the guidelines of quote unquote like inappropriate images and stuff like that, I had to remove it and do some editing on it or whatever. It looks like because you got to edit it and then you got to send it back through for it to be appealed and whatnot. It looks like that's going well. So more than likely, with everything going the way it's supposed to be going, more than likely the Monday live stream will be back up at the end of the week. Okay, if not tomorrow. Hopefully I can get it done maybe tomorrow or Thursday, so I'll have that back up just to give you guys an update on that, you know. So you know they be hating or whatever, and we gotta you know do what we gotta do, but it is what it is, you know. But tonight I need everybody to be locked in. Okay, apparently y'all really like the shirt. If y'all do, that's good. I'm glad that y'all do. I'm glad. I love it. I love the fact that y'all like that. Okay, because I'm going to remind you guys again later on this evening, but because we have a sale tomorrow, it's a brand new design. Shout out to, I got to give credit to my brother Will. He's the one who, you know, pitched the design concept, and you know what I'm saying? We got that hooked up or whatever, so we got that on the site, and the link is in the bio, and the sale 20% off starts tomorrow. So tomorrow 20% off, you guys, for the whole weekend. So you guys get to get this and then other merchandise, the FBA shirts and all of that stuff. So everybody's been asking about a sale. I want to come out with a new design with the sale, so hopefully you guys like it. All right, because you know this is a part of celebrating culture. So now you got the Black American heritage flag in the American design, and then you got the FBA thing. So everybody just liking it. It's great. It's great. Okay. So we're going to get started on the disrespect of our culture and the consequences that the disrespect brings. But before we do that, what I want to do is I'm going to play the copyright disclaimer to establish to YouTube that everything we play is protected under the guise of fair use. Everything we play is protected under the guise of fair use. All right. And it's for commentary and all that good stuff. Okay. And as I'm going, what I would appreciate you all doing is hitting that like button, making sure that you guys are subscribed, and then leaving a comment. I'll be right back. Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Okay, all right. Okay, so first off, I want to talk about this. Now, the thing is that right now, foundational Black Americans are having a renaissance, and we're viewing ourselves and our culture very differently than we have before. So right now, we have a no tolerance policy when it comes to disrespect, especially when it comes to outsiders. Okay, these are people who are, whether they're tethers, whether they're Caribbean, Hispanic, or any other immigrant, or white, or whatever the case is. No disrespect is being tolerated, and now people are understanding that, because what people have been doing for too long is people have been benefiting from the culture. They've been able to claim to be a part of the culture. What they've been doing is they've been double dipping. They've been able to be on one ship and they've been benefiting from being black, or I'm black when I want to be black, and now I'm not kind of black when I don't want to be black. I get to be black sometimes. I'm kind of really black, and now I'm this ethnicity. Now I'm over here. I'm not really black, and people been jumping ship. Okay, so what we've decided to do as a culture is we said, you know what? Okay, if you're on that ship and if you're on that team, fine. We're not begging nobody to be a part of the team. We're not begging nobody to do that. But if you guys remember the movie Sinners, right? You have people on the inside and people on the outside. And what happened to the people, if you guys remember the movie, spoilers if you haven't seen it, but it happened, right? What happened to the people who was on the inside and then left? Okay, what happened? Got bit, got turned into a vampire, and then they couldn't come back inside. Okay, and the folks who was on the inside, they were cool. Okay, if you're gonna be on the inside, be on the inside. If you're gonna be on the outside, stay on the outside. That's how we doing it. Okay, just like with the juke joint, you either in or you out. All it is, I'm cool. I'm black. I'm not black. I'm black. I'm not black. Okay. Are black people winning? Okay, I'm black. If black people not winning, okay, I'm not black. No, no. All of that is over with. All of that, you cannot jump ship no more. You either in or you out. If you out, stay out. Okay, now let me remind you guys of this guy. Remember Fat Joe? Let's do a little rewind, because Fat Joe has been benefiting off of foundational Black American hip hop culture for the longest period. Okay, Fat Joe has been one of the main ones benefiting off of the culture. He was going around talking about how he was black. Now, what Fat Joe decided to do is he decided to, I don't know if he's always been bald or whatever, but what a lot of them do is they'll cut their hair, or they'll keep their hair kind of short. And to a degree, if they don't look super Anglo, they can kind of pass for a very, very light-skinned Puerto Rican or something who's a black, Afro Puerto Rican who's just light skinned. That's what Fat Joe's been trying to claim. Fat Joe was originally saying that Fat Joe was black. Now, on his paperwork, Fat Joe's not black. Fat Joe's not black on his paperwork. Fat Joe's not black at all. But Fat Joe was claiming to be black when it was beneficial for him. Okay, let me show you this. This is him years ago talking about how he was black.
You guys understand. When Farrakhan sees, you want a headline? When Farrakhan sees me, he says, "Peace, black man."
That's right. That's right.
No, this is what Farrakhan says. Peace, black man. Peace, beloved. Yo, peace, Mr. Minister Farrakhan. What's up? This is how he dresses me. I've been too black for some Spanish people.
Oh, okay. He's been too black for some Spanish people. Fat Joe has never, ever been too black. Okay, he's never been that.
And been too Spanish for some black people. I've been a mutt my whole career. I've been a mutt.
Okay, I've been too black for this. I've been too black for that. No, absolutely not. And what they're trying to do, this is them. He is cosplaying. This is a damn Hispanic, and he's cosplaying. Talk about I'm black this, I'm black that. And they do this for the purpose of being able to have some type of authority or say so of the culture or of the history of anything going on. So then Fat Joe decided to talk about how hip hop was a 50-50 black Puerto Rican thing. And then when that was checked, here goes Fat Joe dissing the actual culture, dissing actual black people, foundational Black Americans. And then we all remember this.
Rumors were made by.
Come on now.
These rumors were made by radical black racists. Let's just say that. Okay? It's a group of these guys that don't want to hear Jamaican, don't want to hear Guyanese, they don't want to hear a black guy that ain't down with them.
Right.
Right? So their job is to criticize anybody who don't look like them or who ain't Black American.
Who are these guys?
You want me to say their name? We're going to give them too much clout.
I mean...
The FBA, Foundational Black Authority, whoever the these broke niggas is.
Okay. We all broke. We broke niggas. According to Fat Joe, we all broke, and we're not relevant. He's bringing us up out of anger, but we're not relevant to Fat Joe.
I'm just keeping it a buck, and that shit is to attack everybody on Twitter. You see this nigga who run them? Like, you know, your leader? Yo, man, you gotta be fucking kidding me, man. And so they trying to change the narrative. They're not from New York.
Right.
So they telling a whole nother story. This was whoopity doop wop. Yo, bro. Far as I know, we're at Yankee Stadium right now, and it's hip hop's 50th birthday. Mm-hmm. And the guy who invented it, Grandmaster Flash, my brother carried his crates. My babysitters made up the, let me hear you say, ho. It's two girls, twins, used to babysit me. They made up, let me hear you say, ho. So they have a big problem.
Do you see how much he's reaching with this? Let's say, because he can't prove this. And this is something that a lot of them are starting to do now. They're starting to bring up stories that nobody can prove or disprove. We can't prove who babysat you. We can't prove that. Okay. We can't prove that. We can't prove that your brother carried somebody's crates. We can't prove that. So what they're doing now is they're saying a whole bunch of stories. A lot of them don't add up, don't really make sense chronologically. They're lying, but you can't really fact check them. Because we can't prove who his babysitter was. Okay, so you can't really fact check him. So he's just making stuff up. But let's say, for the sake of the argument, that what he's saying is 100% correct, and that his babysitters were the people who created the thing in hip hop, the whole let me say what say ho and all that. Let's say that. How was that a 50-50 thing though? How was that y'all doing something even if it was the case? How was that y'all being 50-50? He doesn't state the race or the lineage of his babysitters. He doesn't say that either. Just keep that in mind. And his brother carrying crates. Was carrying crates a 50-50 contribution? Like, he's bringing these small little things up that may or may not, most likely may not have happened. And then he's talking about, yeah, so that means we 50-50. What? At that point, look, next thing you know, an Indian is going to be all like, well, you see, James Brown, he went to a Dunkin' Donuts and I was working at a Dunkin' Donuts. So technically Indians have a big say in hip hop. That's literally how far they're going to reach. That is literally how far they're reaching to try to claim anything. Now, remember, Fat Joe, he said we was just a bunch of, broke niggas. Okay, and that didn't really age that well because this is Fat Joe now. This is Fat Joe at SeaWorld. And as you can see right here, nobody is like entertained. Everybody looks bored. The crowd is ill.
Yes, I'm from New York.
I mean, ain't nothing. Nobody's moving. Nobody's excited.
I know things about your body. Never getting off. Here we go, San Diego. Here we go.
I mean, you're going to have one or two people who are going to kind of stand up and bob their head just not to fall asleep. That's it. They just don't want to fall asleep. They were all like, when you get tired, you know when you get tired and you just got to like walk around, you got to stand up and walk around, be all like, damn, the line for the coffee is too long. Anybody got a Red Bull or a 5-hour energy or something? Let me just stand up and let me just stretch. That's all people doing at this point. They just stretching. They really just stretching to stay up. That's all. She literally just kind of cricket. She might have got a crick in her neck or tired of sitting down or something like that. Ain't no cushion on the seat. I don't know. She don't look like she really enjoying what's going on.
Here we go. Make them understand. Ass up, face down. We're seeing boys on the right, trying to make down.
People are like, damn, I didn't even know he had those many songs. Okay. Yeah, Fat Joe's not no damn he's not relevant. Fat Joe is not relevant. Okay. And this is what happens when you disrespect the culture. Now, what's interesting is that, and we talked about this on For the Culture channel, right? The hip hop awards, or the BET awards, have decided to indefinitely suspend, which means they're pretty much not going to bring it back up probably ever again. They've indefinitely suspended the hip hop awards and the Soul Train awards. All right. So we've been seeing the decline of the BET awards. Now, that's something that we've been talking about for years. We've been saying for years, hey, BET, y'all messing up. BET, y'all need to stop doing this. BET, stop doing this. Stop doing this. Stop doing this. We've been saying that for a long time. But Fat Joe, he has something he wants to say about it. Now, Fat Joe, because I apparently on the subject, now Fat Joe's going to say something. This is what Fat Joe had to say about the cancellation, pretty much, of the Hip Hop Awards and of the Soul Train Awards of the BET.
And BET, this is a form of gentrification, what's going on right now. Right. So I don't know if y'all really want to ask me about this shit right here. Right. So BET came up as a community station for Black people, right? The urban culture. And our man, what is Bob Johnson, took the check. He sold it, first Black billionaire, whatever the case may be. He sold it. He sold it to Viacom and Paramount, MTV and them, VH1 and them. Little by little over the years, quietly, they've been firing a lot of people behind the scenes in BET, and everybody who has something to say, they've been firing them and this and this and that. And I know because I've been working on the BET Hip Hop Awards for 3 years. Shit was like the budget, not for me, but the budget just getting chopped and chopped and chopped. And last year,
now he's going to try to talk about it was the budget that was getting chopped and chopped and chopped and chopped. No. Fat Joe is one of the things. Now, he's not the only thing at all, but Fat Joe is a big factor in the situation as to why BET ain't popping no more. Because remember, Fat Joe was supposed to host the BET Awards. And then they had actually canceled Fat Joe hosting. They still did the BET Awards, but they had canceled Fat Joe hosting the BET Awards. Now Fat Joe was going to make it seem like this was something about the budget, not having the money and all of this stuff. And he's trying to make it seem like it's not in this way, it's like him saving himself, because Fat Joe was really one of the nails in the coffin for the BET Awards, because they were trying to really push and promote Fat Joe. They were really giving Fat Joe the highlight when we said no. And that really emphasized to the culture, like, okay, the BET Awards is not doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're honestly just not. So at this point, we're gonna have to move on from the BET Awards, and Fat Joe included. Fat Joe was a combination. He was like a bigger factor than he wants to admit. Now, the thing is that the money would have been there if the views were there. The views were not there because he's saying they're gentrifying it, and he is one of the reasons why they're gentrifying it, because he's one of the people that tried to promote that 50-50 Hispanic and Black hip-hop thing, where Hispanics and Blacks created hip-hop in 50-50. And he was doing that with at the BET, okay? He was doing that at the BET. What else was he doing at the BET? Let me show you something else. Because if he wants to talk about, no, the budget's messed up. No, the budget's messed up. No. We're not going to let you slide because we got too many receipts to sit up there and let you slide with that. Remember this? Hold on. Let me get one of the videos off because I can only put a few up. Remember, the BET was doing a big campaign for Kamala, and Fat Joe was using the BET to help Kamala Harris out with her election. Hold on. I'm misspelling words. Come on now, don't do that. Remember this?
Was by a bunch of important people.
What happened?
Brown community. Let us know.
This was at the BET Awards last year, okay? And y'all wondering why the BET Awards failed. Y'all wondering, I don't know, it could have been a budget. Nope. It's because the BET, y'all was having a whole bunch of tethers up in there. Fat Joe was up there running the BET. Kamala was all up in the BET. Y'all was pushing this. Oh, what about the Project 2025 thing? Look at what's going on. That's one of the things. It was him and Kamala. That was the final straw for the BET Awards. Now ain't nobody care about the BET. Okay. This is what Fat Joe was doing. Not only was he pushing the hip hop was a 50-50 thing with Puerto Ricans or whatever the case is, they were also being used as a voice multiplier for Kamala Harris's campaign. So it ain't got nothing to do with no damn budget. We ain't gonna do that.
You've been endorsed by a bunch of important people in the black and brown community.
And then look at him, the black and brown. What important, I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. What important person is in the brown community that has endorsed her? I can't even really think of nobody who's like super relevant in a quote unquote brown community that's endorsed her. Who? Fat Joe? But Fat Joe, I thought you said you were black. So are you black or are you brown, Fat Joe? Because you said you was black. So what are you, Fat Joe? Who Cardi B? Is Cardi B in the brown community? Like who?
Let us know why it's so important to vote for you on November 5th.
You know, there's a lot of misinformation out there that would suggest to people that their vote doesn't matter.
Okay, it's a lot of misinformation. That's why the BET fell off. So we're not gonna let him sit up there and slide. Well, no, it was the budget's just been cutting short after short after year. No, y'all was pushing an agenda, and the culture said no. Y'all kept doing it. Now nobody cares.
Debuted my single with Halle in the VMAs, and Katy Perry still flying through the air in the VMAs. They still blowing out of the cannons. They still flying in the air. They still got all the tricks. They still got the budgets. They got the shit, you know. And so I think in the entertainment world, I don't think I know this was like a form of gentrification. They kept underfunding them, and you ain't got no money to be creative. That's why you was watching the Ratchet Awards and all that.
No. Because the Ratchet Awards don't got all it. Because the thing is, he's trying to make it seem like it was because of the money. It's not. Okay, you can put on a good performance, and you don't have to have no damn fireworks and explosions and all of that. You don't have to do that to put on a good performance. It's not because of that. It's because y'all was pushing agendas. Y'all was pushing this damn cultural erasure agenda. Y'all was pushing a DNC agenda, and the people was just not having it. And we were just done not having it. It don't matter. We were just not having it. I would appreciate if everybody hit that like button. We were recovering from Monday, so I appreciate that. Thank you all so much. Yeah, we're just not having it. We're just not having it. Okay? And that's the consequence of not listening to the culture. Now you gone, Kamala gone, the BT Awards gone, all of y'all gone. This is the consequence for disrespecting the culture. That's the consequence. You shouldn't have disrespected the culture. All of y'all gone. All right. Speaking of somebody else who's pretty much his career is in the toilet, let's talk about Drake. Boy, oh boy, let's talk about Drake. Drake has seen better days. He has. Drake has seen many better days. Okay. Do y'all know Drake is still on this damn lawsuit? I saw this the other day. I said, please tell me this is just not true. Please tell me Drake is just not going out this sad. Are you serious? It just can't be. It just can't be. Drake cannot just be going out this sad. But I guess you can't really be that surprised when Drake was out there doing this. Yeah, when Drake was out there doing stuff like this and making pictures like this, and I don't care, he was young. He looked like a young teenager. When Drake out here doing stuff like this, you can't really be that surprised, to be honest. Well, let's look into this. I want y'all to see this. Hold on. Let me size it up for you guys, make it a little bit better. Okay. So there Drake goes. Boy, oh boy. Aubrey. What is going on, man? Come on. It says Drake is looking for ammunition in his defamation lawsuit against Universal Music Group over Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us. Still, this, I want y'all to understand. Let me show you the date, okay? This came out today. This is not no old news. Drake's been out this. The song is over a year old. The beef is over a year old. And Drake is still on this damn nobody punk ass lawsuit. that nobody cares about at this point. Says in the discovery bid, Drake, born Aubrey Graham, urged the court to force UMG and chief executive Lucien Graham to turn over the label's contract with Lamar. So he wants Kendrick Lamar's whole contract, as now here's this part, as well as information relating to allegations of domestic violence and other crimes committed by the Compton rapper. So Drake is out here saying, I not only want, he's still out there talking about this whole, y'all set me up with the bots, y'all set me up with not like us, y'all set me up. He's now trying to get information about a domestic violence situation with Kendrick and his wife. Now he's sitting up there trying to look up the court file. He's literally saying, if Kendrick has did anything illegal in his life, I want to know about it because I want to put that in the lawsuit, which has nothing to do with the lawsuit. But Drake is so desperate looking for dirt on Kendrick. Drake is trying to dig into some domestic violence allegations that Kendrick had some many years ago. All right. That's how sad it is. That's literally how sad Drake has become. Drake's become that sad, honestly. Okay. And reading back a little bit more into it, ain't gonna go too much. I mean, it's really just, I just wanted you guys to see that part. Like, he's not only suing Not Like Us, now he's trying to dig up dirt about Kendrick's marriage. That's how bad Drake is going. It says Lamar, which they're talking about Kendrick Lamar, Interscope Records and Drake Republic Records are represented by different divisions of UMG, okay, Universal Music Group, okay. Their rap battle turned to court, which is because of Drake, earlier this year when the Toronto rapper claimed that UMG spread defamatory assertions that he is a pedophile by making secret payments and offering reduced licensing rates to third parties to promote the song, with the goal of devaluing his music and brand amid contract negotiations. Okay. So there goes Drake. Drake is sitting up there talking about how Kendrick cheated. Drake is saying that Kendrick beat him. First off, he was saying that he didn't care after the rap battle. If you guys remember, Drake said he didn't care. If you guys remember the rap battle, he said he didn't care. He said he think he won. He said he's focusing on other things, that Kendrick isn't relevant. Now he's circling back and saying he does care. Kendrick did win, but he only won because he cheated. And he cheated because everybody who liked the song was paid to like the song. And he's suing because he has no proof, but he's suing to get proof that people were paid to like the song. That's literally how sad. I mean, it couldn't get more sadder than that, y'all. It couldn't get more sad than that. It couldn't. No matter what you did, no what you said, okay? Going down a little bit more, okay. The feud started with the Drake's 2023 J. Cole collaboration First Person Shooter, and the pair proclaimed itself to be the big three alongside Lamar. In response, the Compton rapper rejected the idea that they're his equals and like that. Okay, so then they're gonna go into the diss and all of this stuff. So we already kind of know how that happened. So I'm gonna skip down, and then it talks about follow. It says, with the musicians hurling increasing spiteful insults at each other with relating to allegations of domestic violence, exploitation, and pedophilia. Okay, so yeah, that's what they was doing. It got ugly. It culminated with Lamar's release of the anthemic West Coast banger in May, leading to spectators crowding him the winner of the battle. To be honest, Kendrick been won the battle. We already knew Drake. I don't know how many people honestly thought that Drake was going to win that battle. We already knew Drake was going to lose. We knew Drake was going to lose. And how did we know Drake was going to lose? Is it because Drake can't make hits? Is it because Drake can't sell? No, Drake can sell. That is one thing. I'll give credit where credit is due. Drake can sell. Drake can make a lot of money. which is why he was around for so long. Drake can sell records. Drake can sell stadiums. Drake can make a lot of money. But here's one thing, and Drake was actually making more money and worth more money than Kendrick. But here is one thing that Kendrick has over Drake. Kendrick don't got a picture on the internet that look like this. See, when you go around in hip hop and you got pictures of you in blackface looking like this, when you got pictures dissing black people and dissing being conscious and talking about people getting whipped and chained like American slaves and doing all this weird stuff, when you got pictures of, or you got people like Soulja Boy saying you stole his lyrics, which was true, when you sleeping with other man's baby mamas like Lil Wayne, when you doing dirty stuff to any and everybody and you building a bad reputation, that stuff comes back to bite you. And it eventually came back to bite Drake. And now Drake is trying to sue to get back to where he was before because he can't rap his way out of the hole he dug himself. Drake's not from the culture. Drake doesn't understand the culture. Drake was just benefiting off the culture until eventually it got exposed that Drake is not of the culture, okay? As Kendrick said, he's a colonizer and he was working like that. And eventually somebody had caught that and that was just it. It was it. He was done. It was it and he was done. That's all. That's all that was. That's all. It was over for Drake for a long, long, long time ago. It was over for Drake a long time ago. He sealed his fate many years ago. Before this, many, many years ago, Drake sealed his fate. Speaking about somebody who also sealed their fate a while ago, we got to talk about Tyla. Tyla sealed her fate a long time ago, okay? She sealed her fate. Now, in a recent discovery, Tyla dropped an EP that sold only 3.7K units in the US, okay, in its first week, making this a huge flop. Now, Tyla had a lot of promotion. Tyla had a big fan or a big promotion behind her, machine behind her, and she flopped. How did this happen? How did this happen? And we got to roll back and figure out exactly how this happened, okay? This happened because there were certain things that Tyla did that a lot of people had issue with. A lot of people took issue with, okay? Going back to it, now I can't play everything because I don't want a copyright strike from music or whatever the case is, but going back to the situation of her referring to herself as colored. Tyla referred to herself as colored in this situation, okay? Which, if you're a foundational Black American, goes all the way back to Jim Crow. If that goes all the way back to Jim Crow, a lot of Black people will feel some type of way about that. And when that was informed to Tyla, when Tyla was informed that Black people feel some type of way about you saying this, Tyla didn't want to address that. And in fact, she dodged the question several times and was brought on the interview and was able to clear that up and dodged the question again. Let's take a look at this, okay?
Debates that they be having about your identity.
Hold on.
School me on these debates that they be having about your identity as a South African colored person. What does that even mean?
Can we, yeah.
Now, so you guys know, if you guys didn't see the interview, her team, like her manager or her agent or whatever the case is, her assistant, whatever the case is, her team is there with the interview, okay, behind her. So when he asked that question, everything was going fine. Charlemagne asked the question because it was popular at the time. He asked the question and she didn't say anything. Instead, looked back directly at her team, completely dodged the question, looked back at her team like, y'all gonna do something? Y'all gonna...
School me on these debates that they be having about your identity as a South African colored person. What does that even mean?
Can we, yeah. Can we not? Por favor.
Oh, I like that. We keeping that in the interview too.
Shut up, man.
I like when they talk from the back and say we can't. I like that.
Hey, and they kept it. They kept it, and that was to her dismay. It was to her dismay. They kept that.
I like the character. That's good. That's even better.
Next one, please.
That's even better.
You're stupid, yo.
Did you see Kevin Hart
Now after that, then he went on with it, but a lot of people didn't like that, and that was her chance. Okay, that was the moment she started to decline. Nobody really knew that like that, but that was when she started to decline. Now here's the thing. We understand, we get it, we understand it. Okay, everybody's not going to see themselves as black like we see ourselves as black, because in America black is different than outside of America. We understand that. We're not ignorant to that, but when you're over here, you need to be mindful of certain things that you say over here, because even though we understand and we can comprehend that that's acceptable elsewhere in the world, when you come over here, that's not acceptable. Okay, and certain people may take offense to that. There are certain things that you can say in one place that you cannot say in another place. It's not rocket science. Okay, I will give you an example. When you talk about the swastika, the Nazi symbol, you know, the swastika with the circle around it, the white circle, and then the red around it, the ones that the Nazi use all the time. Do you guys know that the Nazis didn't create the swastika? The swastika has existed in different places before the Nazis and actually didn't mean what it means today. It didn't mean no hateful anti-Semitic thing. It didn't mean that originally. It was until the Nazis used that, and they used that as their symbol to represent Nazism. Now the swastika has a brand attached to the symbol of Nazism. Now there are some places in the world where the swastika doesn't look that way. Here's the thing with that. If you go around in America and you got a flag with a swastika, or you got a tattoo with a swastika, you can't say, well, hold on now. Back in my country, this doesn't mean that, so it's fine. No, it's not fine. No, it's not. It's not. No, it is not. It might mean something somewhere else in the world, but when you come here, this symbol has a different history here. It means something different, okay? If somebody had a shirt that said the letters KKK on the shirt, okay? And you said, oh, KKK, that's kind of offensive. Don't you think you should change that shirt? That represents a organization or a hate group. The KKK represents a hate group. Oh, no. Oh, back in my country, KKK means something else. Well, guess what? You're not back in your country. You're in America. And in America, KKK means this. KKK means a hate group, an anti-black, racist, bigoted hate group. That's what it means. Okay? So if you want to wear a shirt that says KKK, then you need to go back someplace else, because if you're doing it over here, we're going to take it as disrespect. And the fact that we let her know that, nobody tried to beat her up. It was just us trying to inform her of that. And then it was always this dismissal of people, and people getting offended about that. It was this dismissal. Just keep that in mind. And then another thing that was brought up, it was a situation at an awards show where she got an award for Afrobeats. Okay, she got this award for Afrobeats, and she displayed attitudes that people kind of took offense to, or people were upset by.
You guys know me and holding awards. I'm not strong enough. Yes, please. Oh, you able to over me? Yes, thank you. I'm sorry. Thank you so much.
Now, a lot of people said that it looked like from different angles that she was trying to give it to Halle, and Halle didn't want to hold it. So she had to get Little Nas X to hold it, because she didn't want to hold the award because it was quote unquote too heavy. Now, here's the and then after that, people were all like, hey, you acting like an uppity African. And then she started trolling. She put uppity African in her Twitter bio. Now, what is wrong with all of this? All of these things add up together. Follow me, y'all. Follow me. All of these things add up. Because when you don't want to call yourself black, now we get the fact that you are racially, mixed. You have mixed different backgrounds in you, or whatever the case is. But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing with Tyla. When you don't want to call yourself black, and now you're acting a certain type of way around black people, it gives people the impression that actually, what do you think about black people? Because you might be one of those girls that, because you're in your homeland, you are the preference, okay? And in South Africa, they do mix is or colored is a caste system that is above the black in South Africa. So she might have carried a lot of that ideology of being superior. That little colored supremacy is coming off as she's carrying that, and she brought that to America, which is why she doesn't care what black people think. And she wants and she acts as if every black person is her assistant or handmaid. And that's the vibe that people are starting to pick up from her. That, hey, that is not like a little cute diva thing. You're acting as if you kind of feel like you're better than other black people. That's kind of the energy that people are starting to look at Tyla with. Because, hold on, like, you come from this caste system, you don't want to call yourself black. Is that because you think you're better than black people? Because in South Africa, colored is above black. Black is right here, colored is right here. Now, in America, we don't have no caste system. You know what I'm saying? Where you got mixed people who are acting like they're better than black people and, you know, hold my drink, hold my coffee, hold this, open the door for me. Well, we don't do that. Yes, sir. Let me open the door for you, you mixed person. We don't do that in America, but they do that in other places. So you might think, now we starting to realize, like, hey, hold on, what's going on with you? So a lot of people decided to fall back. We said, all right, okay, Tyler, if you're going to stand on it, then stand on it all the way. Hold on. So people fell back. And Tyla, she flopped. Which is the beginning. It's a real bad sign. Very bad sign, y'all. Okay? Because now it's looking like Tyla can't really sell. Her tour she was supposed to be doing, her tour ain't really go nowhere. Her tour didn't really go anywhere like that. Let's be very honest. You know, she's been having to cancel tours, claim she was sick, all of this stuff. So a lot of people wondering, like, hey, dude, Tyla's falling off. And that's what we were saying, like, hey, man, it looked kind of bad for Tyla right now. It looked kind of bad for Tyla. And we were making our stance known that, hey, Tyla, you fell off because you didn't want to act right. And then you had a whole bunch of people, the Tethers got mad. So this is what the Tethers have been out here saying.
I was Tyla, I'd just come on here and say, fine, I'm black, you guys win, and then just start saying a whole bunch of slurs.
She said, if I was Tyla, I would just say, fine, I'm black, you guys win. Nobody tried to make her black, okay? If you don't want to be black, all right then, we don't need no Tyla. Nobody's trying to make this girl black. Y'all keep trying to make, why is it okay? Why are y'all mad? Nobody's mad she's not black, but you better watch yourself with how you identify. You can identify it as colored, because if you identified as mixed, nobody had a problem, or Indian, nobody would have had a problem. But you said colored, and we didn't like that. But now you saw, I would have said a bunch of slurs. Oh, so that's how you feel? That's how you feel? You want to diss us because you feel like being black is like something you got to be forced to? You got to be drugged and forced to being black, so you're angry that you got to be black now? That's how you feel about being black, huh?
If I was Tyla, I'd just come on here and say, fine, I'm black, you guys win, and then just start saying a whole bunch of slurs.
Look. And then slurs against who? Slurs against black people? You would have said a whole bunch of slurs against black people? This is how a lot of them feel about the whole Tyla situation. They've been out there crashing out about Tyla.
Hate is forced because I know that Tyla has called herself black before. Tyla has literally made a post talking about how she's black and how she has not ignored her blackness, but y'all don't actually care about that post, y'all. Y'all have been making fake scenarios about Tyla. Y'all have been using comments from South African netizens and acting like that's Tyla, and it's not Tyla at all. If I didn't know Tyla as well as I do, I would have thought that she said something super disrespectful towards Black Americans. You would have thought that she said that, oh, Black Americans are uncultured, they're stupid, they're idiots. She never actually said that. There's also literally an African artist who's incredibly big who's made weird comments about Black American people, but he was still able to have a pretty successful career with no hate in the US after saying that. So it was incredibly weird to me that Tyla hadn't really said anything problematic, but she's being basically canceled. It's weird. It is really weird. Part of me low-key wants to point towards misogyny, because what do you mean a male artist, a male Afrobeats artist, said that African Americans have no culture, yet was able to sample a Black American song for his single? Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, he got...
Now, what he's talking about is Burna Boy. Burna Boy, when Burna Boy said the whole thing about Black Americans didn't have no culture or something like that, this is what he's talking about.
I'm here with my name's Zelle, African giant Burna Boy, and I want to ask you, why is it important that the diaspora come home?
You know why? Okay, let's use America. Because there's Vietnamese, but let's just use America, right? Why do you think the Chinese American, has their respect? They don't go through the things that African Americans go through. Like, even though they might go through their struggles, not take all over the world, but they don't go through what the African Americans, because the Chinese American has a base. He actually knows where he's from in China, right? And he has support from the Chinese government. You understand? Like the Italian American, Italy, they know where their grandparents came from in Italy before. They know the first.
Okay, so this is the whole we don't know where we come from nonsense that Burna Boy was pushing. And my whole thing is, now Burna Boy immediately apologized after this. Keep that in mind. Burna Boy didn't do a thing that Tyla did. That was the difference between Burna's response and Tyla's response. Tyla decided to avoid the question afterwards, and Burna Boy apologized. And let's be honest with you. Ain't nobody checking for Burna Boy. Nobody is checking for Burna Boy. Burna Boy ain't out here breaking records and creating mass waves. And Burna Boy ain't out here. I mean, he had a couple of songs or whatever the case is, but ain't nobody really checking for no Burna Boy. When's the last time you heard a Burna Boy got a sold out concert or a sold out event? When is the last time you heard about Burna Boy's songs at all? The last thing he was relevant was when he was seen on a somewhat date with Chloe Bailey. Like, ain't nobody really checking for no Burna Boy. Burna Boy need us. We don't need no damn Burna Boy. And he apologized for this. But that's what he was talking about. And it's not because, I think it's a misogyny that had this mush mouth.
No hate.
Talking. It ain't got nothing to do with no damn misogyny. Okay. I know he don't like men. So, okay. All right. He want to be a girl, I get it, but it ain't got nothing to do with no misogyny.
For that. But Tyla, who is not really doing anything problematic, is being canceled left and right every 6 months about her identity. What is also fascinating to me is if Tyla only called herself a Black woman through and never called herself colored, and y'all found that she wasn't fully Black, y'all would still think Tyla is weird for that. And then y'all would say that Tyla is not Black woman representation. Well, guys, fun fact, she's not fully Black. And I don't think she should be calling herself Black, but again, you want to get mad for whatever reason. I just find it really weird. I'm sorry. I want tangible evidence of Tyla being rude and disrespectful to Black Americans. And I'm sorry, I don't actually care about the whole VMA situation. I'm so sorry. People have done way worse and I've gotten less scrutiny, okay? So I don't actually care. I don't care about the whole uppity African thing. Give me real tangible evidence of her being Black American people are bad. Give me that. Tell me the source. I want to see it.
Okay, we don't got to do that. We don't got to prove nothing to you. We don't got to prove, because they all well, tell me why. We don't owe y'all that. We don't owe y'all anything, okay?
He keeps talking about Tyla, so I feel like I can give my 2 cents in because I'm a little unbiased. I don't really listen to her music like that. Y'all called her an uppity African because she asked for somebody to hold her word because she said that it was heavy. Y'all called her an uppity African, then y'all got mad when she put in her bio. Now y'all are saying that...
Here's the thing. The whole uppity African thing, I don't even know if it was a FBA person who said that. But she was called an uppity African because let me ask y'all a question. I want y'all to seriously think about this. If there were two white people next to Tyla, do you think that Tyla would have asked those two white people to hold her award? If it wasn't Halle and Lil Nas X, let's say it was Taylor Swift and Brad Pitt. If it was Taylor Swift and Brad Pitt, do you think she would have asked Taylor Swift to hold her award because it was too heavy? Or do you think she would have found the damn muscle it took to hold that award the whole damn time? She would have found she would have put the thing on the floor before she would have asked Taylor Swift to hold that award, or Brad Pitt, or Justin Bieber, or whoever, or Miley Cyrus, or whoever. She wouldn't have asked none of them white folk to hold her award, but she thought, well, I'm colored and you're black, so just hold my award, little pet. That's how she thought. Okay, so yeah, we're not gonna do that.
Her fans are the reason why you don't want to get into her music. Her fans are not the reason why you don't want to get into her music. Her music is the reason why you don't want to get into her music, and that's fine. Just say that. South African people are the most insufferable people on the internet, but that's not going to stop me from listening to music that I feel like sounds good. I already know how some of y'all feel about African music. The way y'all treated Beyonce when she dropped The Gift was weird.
The way y'all treated Beyonce, it was the Africans who treated Beyonce all funny style. Africans, the ones who was all like, who do you think you are? You think you're a queen? You're a queen of Africa? No, you're not. No, you are not. You are no queen to me. They were acting like that. They were the ones who were sitting up there mad at Beyonce for going over there talking about she ain't no queen and who she thinks she is. Y'all the ones who started doing that. Y'all did that to Kendrick. Y'all did that to Meek Mills. Y'all do that to everybody, every FBA who go to Africa and do anything about Africa. Y'all, who y'all think you are? You get out here. Y'all do that. Okay. So Beyonce, he said, all right, okay, I got cool. All right, if y'all don't want me here, I'm cool. So no, it was not though, oh, y'all just hate Africa. No, Africans are the ones who damn near kicked Beyonce out. Africans are the ones who was all like, we don't like no Beyonce coming over here doing it. They the one who did that. They did that to them. Okay.
Y'all are talking about Thames. Y'all are saying, oh, Thames' situation isn't the same. Well, for one, they're from two different countries in Africa with two different fan bases. And then not to mention their social media presence. Thames is 30 years old. Tyla is 23 years old. She's a fucking kid. Like, can we be real for a second? Then y'all are saying she only sold 3.2K units on an EP that had 4 songs. But it had 11.9 streams on Spotify. And she has a trending dance on TikTok right now to Is It. Is It has 31.2K posts of people either doing a dance, singing the lyrics, or just making a cute little video to the song.
That don't equal money. Do you know how many songs and clips, whether those are songs or movie clips and all of that stuff, go viral on TikTok? That don't equal money. That doesn't. I'm trying to tell y'all right now, that don't equal money. TikTok has a thing where every other week they got a new trend. Every other week a new song is popular. Everybody do a dance. Everybody do a skit to the trend, whatever the case is. And then bam, it's over with. It's old and something else comes. That don't mean nothing. That she got a trending song on TikTok. Okay. I can make a trending song on TikTok. It's not that important. It's not that deep. You need a good solid 15 seconds of a song for it to be trending on TikTok. That's all you need. And Tyla, you like, Tyla's a kid. Tyla's an adult who's old enough to know better.
And y'all want me to believe that the EP flopped? And y'all want me to believe that nobody is listening to her music because of her fans? You're lying. You're not listening to her music because you don't want to. Not because of her fans, not because of her being uppity. It's because you don't like African music, and that's fine. And let me give an American example, because I know that y'all probably think I'm being biased. But y'all did the same thing to Chloe and Halle. Y'all said that they needed to break up. They started making solo music, and y'all didn't listen to it because, what? Chloe was being overly sexual in a couple of videos?
Nobody said that they needed to break up. Now you lying, because what she's trying to do is drag Black American women into it and make it seem like it's not about culture. She's trying to make it seem like it's not about that. Chloe and Halle, they fell off for different reasons. Okay. It wasn't because they was disrespectful or whatever the case is. They actually shouldn't have split up so early on into their career. That was a mistake that they made.
Everybody keeps talking about Tyla, so I feel like I can get.
Okay. So, and she's saying that that's her unbiased opinion. But, and it's a lot of tethers, and then a lot of them are moist too, for whatever reason.
What the fuck is y'all's problem? No, seriously, just today alone, y'all have called that girl an uppity ass.
First off, can y'all say it so I don't have to? What are you, dude? Are you going to go to a freak off? Why are you dressed like that? Making a video. This dude he's getting ready. Look, Diddy is about to come knocking on the door. Diddy and Cassie about to come knocking on the door. What are you getting ready for, dude? You didn't want to put a shirt on or at least a robe, a towel, or nothing. You decided to get out the face, moisturize your face. He got a whole bunch of shea butter on his face. If that is shea butter, it might be piss. I don't know. But he got a whole bunch of something shiny on his face. That's all I'm going to say. I can't tell. I don't know the substance of what's making his face shiny, but his face is shiny for some reason. And he decided to, okay, all right. Okay, then.
Whole from sun up to sundown. Oh no, seriously, why is my entire feed just people calling Tyla an uppity asshole and gloating about the fact that her album only sold 3K units? And then why is it black people playing victim as if y'all weren't the ones that like tried to force that girl to assimilate to a culture that she is not a part of and like claim an identity that she is not a part of?
Okay, that's enough of that. But no, and all of this, why y'all forcing her? Y'all forcing her to claim she's not a. Nobody forced nobody to do nothing. Nobody's like, Tyla, you need to be one of us. Nobody did that. Nobody did her like that. But the thing is that you're not gonna come in here and just say whatever you want to say if we find that disrespectful.
Y'all is still gonna label Tyla as disrespectful, even though you guys called her uppity African, and now somebody made a post calling her the uppity N-word. But she's disrespectful. Y'all are calling Tyla disrespectful because in her own home country, she identifies as colored instead of black.
But she's not in her own home country. She wouldn't be disrespectful if she was in South Africa. But when you come over here and you say certain things, that's disrespectful. Okay. If you went to Israel and you said something that the people of that land thought was disrespectful, you wouldn't be like, whoa, it's fine where I'm from. Well, you're not where you're from. You're not where you're from.
That's why she's disrespectful, because she has a difference in culture. Mind you, if you watch the Breakfast Club interview,
and I want you to keep this in mind. I want you to keep this in mind. Pay very close attention to this. I want y'all to keep in mind. Let me get this off the screen for you guys, because this is going to be important. Because we're going to go to another video after this. We're going to segue this to another subject, and I want y'all to lock in with me. Okay? Keep in mind, their whole argument is that y'all can't tell Tyla how to identify. Tyla can identify however she wants to. It's her own choice. It's her own culture. You can't tell nobody. She's not from your culture. Okay. Just remember that this is their argument, because it's going to be relevant later. Just remember that it's going to be relevant in a little bit. So let's get back to it.
Girl did was turn around and decide not to speak or answer Charlamagne's question. That makes her disrespectful? This girl didn't say anything disrespectful. She didn't do anything disrespectful. She didn't even come out and blame Black American women for anything. Y'all just coming up here attacking the girl for no reason, and it's actually creepy as hell. This new wave of revolutionary racist must be studied.
And she says this now we're revolutionary racist. Okay, that's her saying FBA. But when I tell you the whole thing with Tyla, they're directly blaming FBA. Okay, They are straight up directly blaming FBA. They're doing a whole bunch of think pieces talking about, are Black Americans jealous or ignorant? And then they doing a whole bunch of things like, oh, hold on. Why are Black Americans talking about this and not about something else? Talking about in this one, the revolutionary races. That's what they're calling this. Okay. Where revolutionary races are forcing the hate on Tyla. They keep saying that, okay? Why? And then now they're bringing up Sexy Red. Why don't y'all boycott Sexy Red? Why don't you boycott Sexy Red if that's the case? Okay. And when I tell you guys that they are directly blaming FBA, they out here making videos about it. Hold on, let me show you. I will show you. I ain't gonna lie to you. I won't lie at all. Look at this. Hold on.
He isn't.
Hold on.
Why isn't Tyla doing well in the United States market or the Black American market?
I don't think y'all seem to understand how much FBA hates Tyla. FBA hates Tyla more than anything. They hate her. The moment she came out and said that she was colored and not black, and that in South Africa, people like her are referred to as colored, that was it. They
and the whole thing, FBA hate her more than anything. FBA hate her so much. I don't know why. She has not done anything. And FBA just hate her and want her to die. No. Ain't nobody even check. Nobody cares. That's the thing. She's not relevant like that. We're making a point, but ain't nobody praying on her downfall. Why the hell so much? What she do? She did nothing. No, nobody hate her. It's not. It's not none of that. The hell much anything. No. Okay. Nobody cares. That's the thing. She tried to be relevant and she wasn't respectful enough to be relevant. So now she's being ignored. But I'm telling you, he's directly blaming the delineation and the fact that we don't put up with and ignore and look past disrespect.
referred to as colored, that was it. They have hated her ever since. FBA hates Tyla more than anything. Y'all been waiting for this, huh? Y'all been waiting for this moment. FBA, you can have this. You can have this. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Okay? After your failed boycott, we gonna let you have this.
Talking about some failed boycotts. We ain't even halfway through August yet. Talking about after your failed boycotts. I still see people in my store. What you mean? I still have business. My light's still on. Yeah, we're halfway through August right now. We didn't think that the stores were gonna go up in flames on week 2. He's like, ha, you didn't win. I'm still alive. Okay, all right. I mean, dude, all right.
Go ahead, make fun of Tyla. But before you do, let me remind y'all who's Tyla. This is Tyla.
Thank you so much, everybody. I know.
Now let me tell y'all this. It does not matter if her album flops. It does not matter. If Tyla fails as a musician, it does not matter. She can still get into Hollywood. If Tyla fails as a movie actor, she can still model. If Tyla fails as a model, she can still become a streamer. Tyla already made it.
She can still become a streamer. Dude, anybody can be a streamer. You don't have to be Tyla to be a streamer. First off, and let's be honest, if she fails as a music artist, which is the reason she came to the States in the first place, anything else after that is going to be subpar. Because she didn't come here for it to make it anywhere. She came here to make it with music. Okay. The reason people would see her as an actor or actress, the thing is that you do have artists who do make music and then they get into acting. Like, for instance, Kelly Rowland. She started off doing music, making music or whatever. Then she really got into the acting thing. But the thing is Kelly Rowland, the difference is Kelly Rowland didn't flop when it came to music. She wasn't forced to go into acting. She chose to go into acting. That's the difference. Now, a person can choose to go into acting or choose to go into Hollywood if they want to, but you don't want to be forced into Hollywood. That's not no good look, because who's going to put you in a movie if you're a failed musician? People ain't really trying to do that. If you got some good records or whatever, then yeah, you can get in there and you might be a good actress. But nah, she's not going to do well in Hollywood if she flops like that. Not the way you think. And then be all like, okay, she can model. Okay. That's not, I'm not going to, that's not no big no. You don't know a single model that's equivalent to a Beyonce. There's not a single model that's equivalent to a Beyonce or anybody like that. If she says she looks up to Rihanna, yeah, Rihanna is known for music. She's not known for modeling, even though Rihanna has done modeling. Okay? No, no.
She made it. That
and then streaming, dude, ain't nobody. Who do you think? How many people you think gonna watch Tyla stream? Let's be honest. She might no. If Tyla flops, it's just gonna be that she might survive and have some relevance, but she's always gonna be known as a has-been. That cloud is gonna stay above her head forever. Doesn't matter what she does. She's going to be known as someone who tried to do it big in music, was given a big push, and didn't fail. Somebody saying OnlyFans. If she doesn't do that, she can do OnlyFans. Oh, no, that's not going to work either.
girl has a Grammy. There's absolutely nothing any of y'all FBA can do to stop that girl from winning. The only person who can stop Tyla from winning is Tyla. None of y'all FBA has any power over Tyla. Forget about it. The only thing I'm going to judge Tyla based off is her music. I listened to the project. It's an EP. It's barely 11 minutes of content. 4 songs. And those songs are good. Y'all can come online and try to make fun of her sales. It's not gonna change anything to Tyla's life. She already made it. Tyla's gonna be just fine. I promise you. Y'all can have this round though. Y'all can have it. No worries. We're mad. Y'all can have this W.
First off, talk about y'all can have it. I want y'all to understand something. These people honestly think that this is some type of competition. He honestly believes that this is some type of you are not no competition with us. We're gonna have this round, the next 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 round, and every other round that precedes that. There ain't no competition. Oh, y'all can have this round. Ain't no rounds. Well, we ain't boxing. This ain't no fight, nigga. No. Y'all are not competitors. And this is what people are learning. That ain't no fight. Because you not a player in the game. We run this. This ain't no back and forth where we got you, you got us, we got you. These are some of the most prideful losers I've ever seen. Oh, I'm going to get you next time. Ain't going to be no next time because there wasn't no this time. We told you what to do when you face consequences. These are the damn super villains who always losing to the superhero and they be like, ha ha ha, I will have my revenge. No, ain't gonna be no revenge. I'll get you next time. There ain't gonna be no next time. You not beating me. You not beating me. All of this stuff was, oh, okay, you got away this time. There ain't no got away this time. We're gonna get away this time, the next time, the time after that, and every other time in the future. These got to be the most prideful losers I have ever seen. These people consider, don't worry, we're still going to make it. You're drowning right now. Yeah, okay, but I still got this lifeboat, but you said you had a boat. Look, okay, okay, I can swim. Okay, you're drowning. Oh, okay, well, if I die, I'm going to come back. Okay, damn, dude. You moving the goalpost so far because you lose it. Notice how far he had to move the goalpost down. Be all like, if Tyla doesn't make it as an artist, okay, if Tyla doesn't make it, it's okay. She can make movies. If she doesn't make movies, she can play video games. If she can't play video games, she can work at McDonald's. Okay? So she's gonna make it no matter what. Okay, I mean, if you moving the goalpost down that far, we're making it at McDonald's is, I guess, a win for y'all, then I guess y'all ain't gonna lose. It doesn't. They moving the goalpost so far that if they breathe, that they're winning. That's how he feels. If as long as they're alive, they win it. I guess they can't lose if we doing it that way. Okay. Next thing he was like, she can work at McDonald's. Okay. I guess we can't stop that. I guess they did have it out the whole time. I guess who knew? Who knew? I mean, that clap back is strong, huh? Boy, he had to move the goalpost down. He's like, y'all get it, y'all get it. No, don't make it seem like you accepting defeat. Just you lost. You ain't giving us nothing. The victor has been decided, sir. It's like us raising a belt. We got the championship belt up or whatever, and then y'all, you know what? You can have the belt. I have the belt. You're not giving me the belt. The belt is in my hand. I have the belt. I have the rings. The rings are on my finger. The trophy is in my hand, and a belt is on my waist. I have all of the things that determine that I am the victor of this situation. You are not giving nothing up. Okay, this is not it's over. It's over. It's over. It's been over with. You've been lost. Let me get to some of the super chats before we move on. Talk about how to let you have it. Let you have it. Okay, all right. Dakota's Jenkins says, tethers like Tyla pretend not to understand when you're a guest in the FBA house. You must respect the customs and culture. Her failure is her own fault. Yep, you must respect that when you're a guest. Chris says, I'm gonna keep it 100. Burna Boy couldn't out-rap me. No, he couldn't. Let me tell you why Burna Boy couldn't out-rap you. Burna Boy couldn't out-rap you because he's probably gonna need a damn sample from you in order to out-rap you. In order for Burna Boy to rap anybody, Burna Boy gonna need an FBA sample to do that. So that's probably why he couldn't out-rap you. You probably could come up with something original. Burna Boy would need a sample from somebody. Okay. Chosen, he says African music sucks compared to FBA music. I mean, come on now. Come on now. Hold on. Let me show you the shirt. Come on now. I'm telling you, we got the rings, the belt, the trophy. What we need. The victor's already been determined. Okay. David says, Nickel, where your shirt? Yeah, the old moist dude with the shirt off. Okay. I don't know why you're making videos with a shirt off, man. It's not. I'm uncomfortable. Okay. They could never compete with FBA. There's not been no competition, brother. Ain't been none. Okay. And David says again, it says FBAs are the same race to this game. We are, and everybody knows y'all cool sometimes, but we know who put the points on the board. We know that. Okay. We know when it comes to the MVP award. We know when it comes to the trophies. We already know. Y'all, this ain't no competition. Okay. This is high school basketball versus the NBA. You shoot good in high school. You ain't shooting good in the NBA courtroom. Don't do that. You need to stay in your weight class. Okay. We are heavyweight over here. In boxing, there are weight classes for a reason. We heavyweight, you lightweight. Okay, you might be real good lightweight, but we real good heavyweight, and heavyweight and lightweight ain't the same. You cannot we ain't in your weight class. Stay in your lane. Okay, stay in your lane. Stop tripping. Okay. And you know, speaking of people tripping, right? Remember this woman. I want y'all to remember this, okay? This woman right here. Okay, claiming. Now, I want y'all to pay very close attention how she says the whole thing when it comes to cosplaying. Remember this?
Africans in America are not trying to be Americans. We're surviving in a country that forces you to adapt or get left behind. Have you ever heard of assimilation? You think we're cosplaying because you see us speaking English? We're not wearing our tribal clothing? Every immigrant group does it. You think the Chinese are eating duck feet at lunch? No. You think Italians came here and didn't switch it up? The difference is when we go home, yes, we become who we've always been. The language switches, the mannerisms come back, the food, the music. And let's be honest, most of us are code switching for survival. Because if we came to school eating fufu or smelling like palm oil, y'all would have laughed. Y'all been laughing. We been African booty scratchers. We been go back to the jungle. So
ain't nobody was telling nobody to go back to the jungle. There might have been some white people saying that, but foundational black Americans, they so much so exaggerate the quote unquote bullying they faced. Let them tell it. We was chasing them home with pitchforks and torches every single day because they came from Africa. All of that, y'all said go back to the jungle, and y'all called me an African booty scratcher, and y'all tried to kill me. What? Like, at first it was like, okay, yeah, we believe you was bullied a little bit, but then when y'all started doing too much with it, I remember one time I was on TikTok live, and one of the women was all like, yeah, and two nurses were getting into it, and the nurse called the other nurse a booty scratcher. I said, a nurse? Like a grown adult nurse called another grown adult nurse a booty scratcher? He was like, yeah. I'm all like, you know what? Y'all been kind of getting away with this whole booty scratcher thing for, I don't really know anymore. Yeah, to be honest, hold on. Because that leads me back to remember what I said about Fat Joe. That these people are starting to tell lies, and because you can't disprove their lie, then they're just going to say whatever. Because I can't go back in time and see how she was treated in high school. So now she's going to say I was treated however she was treated, because you can't prove that she's wrong. You can't fact check her on that because it's her own experience. She's saying whatever now. So now they're starting to bring up stuff that we all like, you know what? Okay, maybe an African booty scratcher thing, but somebody called you a black monkey. But we don't really call people black monkeys. Yeah, they call me a black monkey baboon from the jungle demon. What? When did we? Yeah. They said all Africans come from hell. And we starting to look like, you know what? Now, you had us on the booty scratcher thing maybe once or twice, but what tipped me off is that it wasn't just one person. All of them simultaneously started saying they had the exact same experience from high school. Notice that. Notice that all of them, no matter where they grew up, no matter what they look like, okay? Now, I'm going to be honest with you. She does not look, if you just looked at her, you wouldn't be able to tell she's from Africa, okay? As a kid. If she was in high school, you wouldn't be able to tell. She doesn't have a strong accent, okay? She's light-skinned or whatever. She doesn't have very strong features like an African, okay? No disrespect, but you couldn't tell. But people were calling her an African booty scratcher. I'm like, okay. All right. And it could be. But like, notice, no matter what you look to them, no matter what you look like, no matter when you went to school, no matter where you went to school, you all had the exact same story. Y'all had the exact same story. That's just like, that doesn't really, I don't know. And then it's just getting worse and worse and worse. They was all like, I was kidnapped when I was a kid from FBAs. Hold on, what? What? Hold on, what? Then it's making me think that everything they're saying is a lie at this point. Because I'm like, no. I don't know about all that. Because you're doing too much and you're giving yourself away. But notice she was all like, we're not trying to be Black American. We're not trying to be Black American. I'm going to take it back. She's saying, oh, we're assimilating for survival. Okay, hold on.
In America are not trying to be American.
They're not trying to be American. They mean Black American. They're not trying to do that, okay? Now they're saying they're not trying to do that. Let me tell you guys what cosplaying is, okay? We get it. We get it, man. If you come to America, more than likely you're going to wear the clothes everybody else wears. We get it. All right. I get it. I get it. If you come to America, you're going to wear the clothes, the shoes, the jewelry and all that stuff that Americans wear. I get it. I get it. I don't got an issue with it. That's not the problem. That's not the problem. You wearing Jordans, that's not the problem. You got to do, that's not the problem. The problem is that you guys are doing that, and you guys are, because it is our culture, and you guys are doing that, and you're acting like it's not our culture. You're acting like this, you didn't get this from our culture, or you guys are trying to sit up there and say that we're all the same. You're acting like you didn't get it from our culture and we're all the same. Okay? That's the thing. That's when you guys are cosplaying, because when you guys do that, you guys are trying to disguise the fact that you are an immigrant. I don't look, you can wear Jordan. Jordans look good. Nike, Adidas, all that stuff. We look good. If I was an FBA, I would want to look like one too. We look good. We get it. I ain't mad at you. I get it. I get it. I understand it. I get it. If I was not FBA, I would want to be FBA too. I understand that. But my thing is that when it's cosplaying, because you guys are doing that and you're trying to hide your immigrant background. That's the thing. That's when you guys are wearing that and you're trying to disguise your accent. You're not trying to speak in your accent. You're not trying to wear your native things. And you're trying to literally emulate us to a T, so that way you can represent us. Okay? So that way when it comes to a reparations panel, they can be all like, I'm an African American. I can speak on reparations. That's what we got an issue with. Okay? Because why are you, if you love your homeland so much, why are you guys not proud to rep your homeland? If you guys love your homeland and y'all got so much culture and we don't got no culture, why are you guys hiding the fact that you're an immigrant? Why are you guys pretending to be a native in this country then? Why? Why are y'all hiding the fact that you're an immigrant? And they're hiding the fact that they're an immigrant so they can speak on our history and our culture. Just like this one woman. Remember, she said, nobody's trying to be Black American. That's what she said. Now look at this. This is the same damn woman who in the earlier video said that nobody's trying to be a Black American. We're not trying to be like y'all. We are our own culture, okay?
Which ancestors of yours built this land? I've traced my people back to South Carolina, Virginia, and Louisiana areas. You're talking like the people that helped build America weren't my ancestors too, when they were literally taken from Africa. Let me explain this really slow. Whether my family stayed on the continent or survived the Middle Passage, we come from the same roots, the same history, the same bloodline. The disconnect you're pushing?
No. Oh, no. Absolutely not. We ain't gonna let that slide. Okay? And this is why they cosplay. They cosplay because now she's gonna talk about, yeah, my ancestors built this country. Your ancestors didn't do nothing. Your ancestors were not here. She's speaking on people, and her ancestors weren't even on this land when we were building it. When our ancestors were building the country, her ancestors were on Africa. Okay? That's where her ancestors were. Now she's talking about, well, I mean, we all got the same bloodline. No, we ain't doing that. Nope. And this is why they want to cosplay. So they can talk about, well, yeah, my ancestors built this land and we went through slavery and we went through Jim Crow and we went through all of these things. See, that's why they try to hide. They try to hide because they want to be able to claim a bunch of things about our lineage later on. They try to hide the fact that they're an immigrant so they can speak on our lineage with a bit of legitimacy and authority. Because if you said, no, I'm from the Congo, but I'm speaking about American slavery, hold on, your ancestors are from the Congo. You're Congolese. If your ancestors are from the Congo, you have no authority to speak on FBA slavery. Okay, you can speak on all of the stuff going on in the Congo. You can speak on that, okay? But you can't speak on FBA. Because I don't have the authority to sit up there and talk about Congolese issues as if I'm a Congolese person, or as if I have Congolese lineage, because I don't. Okay? So you don't have the authority to speak on foundational Black American issues as if you're FBA. We're not doing the whole where everybody was from Africa at one point in time. No. And this is why they keep wanting everybody to be from Africa. Okay? So this is why when we say, actually, I'm from America, they are like, no, you're not. No, you're from Africa and everybody's from Africa. No, they do that. They do that because that's their claim to tether themselves onto our lineage. Because then they pull this whole logic of, well, if everybody's from Africa and your people from Africa and my people from Africa, then technically I'm a part of the FBA lineage, right? I mean, technically speaking. That's why they do that. That's why when we say, you know what, no, we're from America, they'd be like, oh, you hate Africa. You just do, don't you? Why don't you want to claim your real homeland? Why? Tell me why. That's because they want to be able to claim our lineage. And what we're doing is we're cutting that tie. We're cutting that damn connection, okay? Because we went through an ethnogenesis. Nobody can make that part up. And we're just specifying that, no, because of our ethnogenesis, we're American. That makes us American, okay? And they don't want us to claim America because they want to have a claim to America. That's the thing. She's speaking of, oh, well, hold on. Ain't they Negro? Ain't we all Black? So if I'm Black and you Black, it don't matter where you're lineage from. No. Because you're not going to do that to Jamaica. You're not going to do that to Haiti. You're not going to do that to Trinidad. You're not going to do that to Afro-Mexicans, Afro-Puerto Ricans, Afro-Brazilians, Dominican. You're not going to do that to no other Black person. But yet they come over here talking about, well, hold on. We all have the same bloodline once upon a time, maybe 600 years ago. But technically speaking, 600 years ago, you know, we have the same bloodline. So 600 years later, y'all still my cousins. No, it don't work that way. No, it just don't. It don't work that way. Okay, we're not doing that. And even if we were, you still not able to speak on our stuff. Just the same way we can't go to your land and then start speaking on your stuff. I can't, listen, I want y'all to say something before we get back to the video. I can't go to my actual cousin's house. My cousin, who got, his mama is my auntie. I couldn't go to my cousin's house and then just start speaking on my cousin's side of the family as if they my side of the family. That's my auntie. That's not my mama. I can't speak, to him about his mama or his situation in his household like I'm his brother. Okay, I gotta respect the fact that if he talking to his mama, that's his mama, that's my auntie. He outranks me on that. Okay, just like he can't speak about my mama like that's his mama. No, because that's your auntie, that's not your mama. Even if they related in some sense. But no, we not even your cousins are not the same as you. Do you understand that? Your cousins can't come over here and start pulling rank. Okay? If your mama is sick, who has authority to what y'all deal with the situation? You maybe if her husband is still alive, and her siblings. I can talk to my sister about it because my sister has the same mother. My brother has the same mother. Okay, so if we want to decipher what we want to do with maybe the house, the will, what we want to do, we can have a conversation among her children. My cousin doesn't have any authority, even if that's his auntie that he grew up with. That's not your mom, so you don't have any authority over what we do with this family's situation. Okay, it goes the immediate family. We have more authority. Okay, this is our house, our history, our all of that. Okay, so I'm telling you, even your cousin got limits to it. Okay, You are not being able to sit up there and I'm talking about your actual cousins, your blood cousins, okay, that you grew up with, got limits to it. And when they come to your house, they got to follow certain rules. Even your cousins know they got to follow certain rules when they come to your house that maybe their siblings don't have to follow, okay? If I go to my auntie's house today that I grew up with, if I go to her house, I can't act the way at her house like that's my house. Now, her children who live with her, they can act like that's their house because that's their house. That is their house. That's not my house. And even though that's my auntie, I'm still a guest at my auntie's house. And I still have to act a certain way at my auntie's house. I have limits on me and I have restrictions on me that my cousins don't have because that's their actual mama. That's not my mama. Okay? They can do stuff at that house I can't do because I'm a guest. I'm her nephew. She loved me and I love her, but I'm a guest at her house. Okay? And these are actual cousins. And we all understand this. Y'all sitting up there all the way in Africa, 500, 600 years removed, talking about, well, technically, we all got the same blood, so technically, I can speak on your issue. Absolutely not. No, you cannot. You cannot do that. No, absolutely not. We're not playing that game. Let's get back to it.
That's not the truth. That's exactly what slavery, colonization, and white supremacy wanted. But I can't even debate someone that tell me slavery didn't exist and that their people were here before. And even if your people were here before, where did they migrate from? Because for hundreds of years, they worked to separate Black Americans from the diaspora so we could argue over identity instead of building together. They erased history, fed us lies, and told both sides we were different, so we'd never see their power in our shared history. Congo's.
Here's the thing, though. We might have, when it comes to the system of white supremacy, we got to stop this. We got to stop this. We got to clear this up. We don't have a shared history. Let's clear it up. Words are very powerful, which is why we got to be specific. Now, we can all say we have a shared enemy, yeah, which is the system of white supremacy. That's a shared enemy. We do not have the shared history. No, we got to be very specific with the words. Words are powerful. No, yeah, the same enemy and white supremacy, that is one thing. If we say, hey, we got the same white supremacy, is white supremacy, okay. You say we got the same history. Incorrect. No, we do not. Foundational Black Americans do not have the same history that the Congo has. And I'm not saying that the Congo does not have to deal with stuff, because the Congo got to deal with a whole lot of victimization and subjugation. I'm not trying to belittle what the Congo had to go through or has to go through today. But we don't have the same history. Even if it's slavery, it's not the same. It's not the same history. We don't have the same history that Haitians have, and Haitians went through slavery. It's not the same history. We don't have the same history Jamaicans have, and Jamaicans went through slavery. And Haitians and Jamaicans don't have the same history. So no. We got to be specific now. No. We do not have the same history. And you're trying to frame it that way so you can speak on our culture like you have some type of authority. No, you do not have no authority. Only people from this lineage who have the same history can speak on our culture and our community with authority. You don't.
Being pillaged and Black people are globally being exploited. My responsibility, it isn't to debate you, it's to connect with my people everywhere and work towards liberation for all of us. You can either be a part of that or keep playing into their hands. Which answer?
No, ma'am, you were saying that you wasn't FBA. You were saying that nobody is trying to be FBA. Nobody's trying to be no. And I want y'all to understand. Anytime they be all like, "What do you mean cosplaying? What do you mean?" That's what we mean, because they know what they're doing. Because these will be people who will take a damn flag out their bio and then they'll pretend to be FBA. They'll pretend to be FBA. How many times have you guys seen, if you guys follow the For the Culture channel, and we be all like, hey, what's your ethnicity? I'm an American. Okay. I was born in America. Where are your people from? Texas. Where are they from before? Africa. Where at in Africa? How many times do we have to keep doing that? Like, tell us where your people from. It's cool. Damn. People from, and they don't want to say nothing because they kind of duck and hide behind the fact that they don't want to admit that they're immigrants. Now we have a whole thing where we got to ask a million damn follow-up questions because they don't want to admit that they're immigrants. And this is what they do. Okay. They don't want to admit that. They're all trying to hide that fact and talk about, well, we all got the same history. We got the same history. We don't. And that's fine. That is fine. I mean, and y'all can't fix y'all homeland if y'all can't be, if y'all can't at least acknowledge that that's where y'all from. Y'all don't even want to acknowledge that that's where y'all from. So no, you're not going to fix anything. You just won't. You can't. All right. Let me get to some of the super chats before we move on. David again says, we quote joke on everybody, even each other. Toughen up, Africans. Yeah, Africans. Yeah, we do. Ain't nothing personal. Y'all be taking everything personal. Make it seem, oh, come on now. It's no. Spice Radio says, thank you so much, Afro. Appreciate you. Thank you. All right. David again says, nah, lady. We on y'all African asses. We not letting up. Yeah, that's true. Traitors are the worst than enemies. Yeah, FBA all day. Yeah, we got to get y'all. We got to. This is important. This is the only way we gonna make progress. Life says, what goes around comes around. Tethers. Hey, y'all did it to y'allself. And they want us to be African so bad so they can start claiming, okay, some type of inheritance to our culture. Okay, they want inheritance to FBA culture, and because we've delineated, we block that from happening, and that's why they're upset. That's why they're mad, because when we say, actually, you're from here and I'm from here and we're from here, so we can claim America, but y'all can't claim America. That's what makes them upset when we delineate from them. Okay, let me show you this. I mean, and the fact our identity pisses them off.
I dislike.
Look at this.
Do you know who I dislike more than FBAs? Black Americans that claim that they are of pure Native American descent. Listen to me carefully. Pure Native American descent. Black Americans that claim that they are Native American and their ancestors are Native American. Their ancestors weren't enslaved. Or Black Americans that claim that they are the real Jews. It's just overall wishy-washy, over-sensationalized, regurgitated garbage that's been...
Now, gotta pause it. You know what I hate the most? It's FBAs who claim they're pure Native American descent. Okay, look. But I thought y'all was telling us that Tyla gets to identify however she wants to. Remember, they were telling us, oh, why y'all mad? Tyla don't want to be black. Tyla don't have to be black if she don't want to. Tyla can be called colored. That's where she's from. Y'all not, she's not a black American. She can call, okay, so Tyla gets to call herself what she want to call herself. Why can't we call ourselves what we want to call ourselves? Notice how mad that they get about how we identify among each other. And it's not bothering them. We're not trying to affect them. Nobody's trying to do anything to them. But how we identify among each other is pissing them off. Now, if we said, hey, Tyla, you got to be a little bit more careful but with what you say, they'd be all like, Tyla can say what she want to say. Tyla can say, why y'all hating on that girl? Tyla can say what she want to say. Okay. So, yeah, all right. If Tyla can say what she want to say, then why can't we say what we want to say? We got to identify in a way that make y'all comfortable, but nobody else got to identify in a way that make us comfortable, or nobody else got to talk in a way that make us comfortable. So our comfortability doesn't matter, but y'all comfortability matters. Okay.
It's spouted out from generation to generation. And I just want to point out something. The majority of Black Americans are not FBAs. The majority of Black Americans.
And this is another thing that they're trying to do. They're trying to make it seem like FBA is some type of organization in a group that's separate from FBA. Notice they keep trying to do this. They're trying to create this separation and say, well, no, Black American and FBA are different. All Black Americans aren't FBAs. FBA is a cult. FBA is a hate group cult of people. That's what they keep trying to do. Because anytime FBAs, because we're the people who be standing on business, the people who identify and use the identifier of FBA, because you FBA whether you like it or not, don't matter if you use the term or not, you still FBA. But they're trying to make it seem like everybody who uses the FBA term is in a group, okay? And they're trying to separate FBA from Black Americans so they can mitigate the damage that FBA is doing to their tether agenda.
Don't have an identity crisis. They know that they're
okay. We don't have an okay. We got an identity crisis. This dude is speaking in a damn British accent. Don't have an identity crisis.
African origin, African descent. It's just a small number of very delusional people on TikTok who are trying to taint the image of Black Americans. The majority of them are not like that. And I'm just thinking this behavior is just completely unacceptable, but we just let it run because you can't fight madness with madness, is it?
Come on, madness with madness. Look, listen to me. When you, as society gets older, we get more information that we didn't have before, okay? We've always heard of certain things of us being from here, us being native and all of that stuff. And I'm not going to deny that there was a slave trade. There's evidence of in Africa that there was a slave trade. There's documents in America that there was a slave trade. I'm not going to sit up there and deny that the slave trade ever happened. But can we honestly think that maybe it didn't happen the way they said it happened? Maybe just throwing this out there, maybe slavery didn't happen the way the white man said it happened. If we say that, they will say it's pseudoscience. If we say maybe the white man is wrong, maybe the white man lied about anything, they'll say that's pseudoscience. I want y'all to look at this. Look at this picture of these indigenous natives. Look, take a really good look. Take a screenshot if you have to. These are indigenous people. These are natives. You can see with the hair texture, you can kind of see the hair texture, how the hair is kind of silky, like how the, is known for natives to have, and the nose and all of that stuff. You can see the facial features and the phenotype. But I want you to look how dark their skin is. And no, it's not the picture either. It's not the picture making their skin is dark, because their skin is dark. In the picture, their skin is black. These people got black skin. So you mean to tell me that if we say that we're descendant of these people at all, that that's some type of erasure and we hate Africa? No. In America, the Americas were full of people who looked exactly like this. If you go look up older pictures, some of the first pictures of the Native Americans, their skin was dark. They don't look like the people who claim to be native today. No. Look at this picture and tell me if these people came in the future today, besides their hair texture, because most of us are known for having the 4C hair, but besides their hair texture, you would say that they're black. So yeah, I mean, black can come in many different phenotypes and hair textures, but yes, okay, the statues and everything. It's a way we do need to learn. There were some people who were they were just here, just indigenous people who were here. They didn't come from Africa on the slave ships. They didn't come from Africa on the slave ships. They didn't. Okay, you got to expand the way you view everything and think, okay, well, what actually makes the most sense? There were people here, and look, even if you disagree with that, why are you bothered by it? They are bothered by it. It makes them mad, pissed off. They're pissed off about our identity. And they shouldn't be. No, don't be pissed off about it. Come on, like, no. Our identity shouldn't make them mad, because when we bring up pictures like this and we say, look at these people. This is why we're not all from Africa, because we have people who look like this and they were just forced on the plantations and made to work, and they were reclassified as Negroes. We went through a cultural erasure and we were reclassified, right? That's what happened. That's what happened. And no matter what receipts or what proof you bring up, they'll say, no, it's pseudoscience. Okay, let me tell y'all something. What white supremacy has done is they have gone on and pretty much did cultural erasure everywhere they go. Everywhere they go and colonize. They'll say that the native people of that land are not the native people of that land. Everywhere they go, they do that. Everywhere they go, they do a thing where they try to create paintings and depictions of the natives, and they always lighten the natives up. Everywhere they go, they'll take a painting and then they'll make the skin tone 4 or 5 shades lighter. They do that everywhere they go. That's why when you have the cartoons of Egypt, they'll have the Egyptians have this maybe slightly brownish tint to them. A lot of them, they try to do a lot of them. If you look at some of the older cartoons or whatever the case is, you can't really tell. They look like racially ambiguous. They don't have any distinct features. A lot of them will be bald. You can't tell by their hair texture. Or they'll wear hats or scarves and you can't really see their hair. And they do this to lighten up the Egyptians. And then later on down the line, if you say, well, the original Egyptians were black, they'd be all like, the original Egyptians were not black. They were not black at all. Why are you guys saying black people were everywhere? Of course, well, I mean, Egypt is in Africa and black people are in Africa, but Egyptians are not black. They did the exact same thing with Egypt. And now you got a whole bunch of foreigners who are claiming to be the real Egyptians who are not black in Egypt today. Okay? And that's the same thing that happens in America today. You got a whole bunch of people who are not really the real natives who are claiming to be the real natives today in 2025 in America. And this happens everywhere you go because there's a process everywhere they go to when they get there, they colonize or try to wipe out the native population. And then next thing you know, they'll create imagery that lightens them up and that makes them more racially ambiguous. And then next thing you know, they'll say the real natives that survived or whatever, they'll be all like, actually, they're not the real natives. And we've seen them do this. They did it in Australia. They did it in Egypt. They did it in America. They do this everywhere they go. This is how they do. So no, we cannot believe them. No. Now that we got the receipts, now that we got the proof, now that we have verifications, okay, we have this. And it's time for us to stop believing all of the damn whitewashed history that they told us. No. Let them tell us, let them tell it. White people were just all around the world, and there was only a small bit of black people who stayed in Africa the whole time. Let me get to some of the other super chats because there's something else I want to discuss with y'all. All right. Shout out to Chuck. Appreciate Chuck. Shout out to Life again. Thank you, Life. It says close the Lion Gate. FBA only. Yeah. All of this whitewash history is over with. Look at this image. Now, why don't you tell one of the $5 Indians who don't look nothing like this to explain this? And I'm talking about the ones that didn't participate in slavery, because these were the black Indians or the black natives that they captured, and they betrayed their own tribes, and they captured the darker skinned ones and made them their slaves. That's what they did. That's exactly what they did. Okay? That's exactly precisely what they did. Shout out to the Cash App from the Trivia and the PayPal. Shout out to the PayPal from Melvina. Appreciate you all. Appreciate you. Thank you very much. Now, there's something else I wanted to talk about. Hold on. Let me get the image on screen. Something else I wanted to bring up. We got to talk about it. because we're still in August. Still got to talk about. We still got to go with the boycott. The boycott is still a thing that we gotta stand on. We gotta stand on that business. But you had this podcast of these Africans, and I want you to keep this in mind. They're so concerned with FBA. This podcast is not in America. These Africans, these are Africans that live in the UK. They live in the UK, and they're making a podcast concerned about a boycott happening in America. That's how deep it is. The boycott is not going to affect them in the UK, but they're discussing FBAs in the UK, from the UK. Just to have that perspective.
And I've seen the videos. They're going around. People are being like, I'm not going to go to them again. You know, Auntie Sue did something to her hair. She charged me. Why is there a boycott though?
Yeah.
I'm feeling like the FBA and the ADOS is a cult.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Why is it they called it a cult? Why is there a boycott though? No. And the boycott is not because one sister had a bad experience at a damn braiding shop. That's not why. Okay? And they keep trying to gaslight and act like they don't really understand what the real reason for the boycott is. Oh, because of one bad customer service. No, that's not why. And they know that's not why. But they don't want to admit that collectively they have off-code and inappropriate behavior as far as foundational Black Americans in America, which is why. Okay, because the boycott is for the purpose of getting some straightening. It's for the purpose of establishing order. Okay, we are disordered. Okay, there's no order, so that's why the boycott is there. Because sometimes you gotta force people to get in line, because talking to them ain't gonna be enough. So sometimes when there's bad behavior and talking it out ain't working, then you gotta go to the next step. So that's what it is now. All right. That's what it is now. It's not because of no one bad customer service or one complaint, one braid shop ain't good. No, it's not. And notice they're called off the gate, called us a cult. All right.
It's a cult now. So as soon as they want to gun off Africans, they will. And there will be thousands that will be like, yeah, let's do this. And they'll boycott. And bad service is everywhere.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Why is it that?
Yeah, let's get them likes up. Let's get them likes. Come on, we almost got 1,000. We almost got 1,000 likes. I mean, we all got well over 1,000 people in the room. We got well over 1,000 people in the room. Let's get them likes up. Come on now, everybody. Let's hit that like button.
Black Americans hate Africans.
And I wish people would stop with the hate thing. Black Americans hate Africans. No, ain't no hate. No. This is everything we do. Notice this, right? When they diss us, they can make videos dissing us, talking about, man, y'all don't got no culture. Y'all got crime in y'all community. The baby mama this, the baby daddy ain't around. Y'all don't really know where y'all from. I don't like when FBAs act like they ain't from Africa. They can make videos regardless of whatever they say about us. It can be negative. It can be demeaning. It can be degenerative. It can be damn near. It can be racist. It can be all of that stuff. And it's not Africans hate FBA. But then the second we say, you know what, we're not going to the African businesses no more. Oh, why y'all hate us so? Y'all hate every single last one of us when ourselves to die. No. We not even doing the stuff to y'all that y'all doing to us. We not going over there to y'all doing this stuff to y'all. Y'all coming over here doing this stuff to us. Y'all can demean us, degrade us. She just called us a cult. She just called us a cult. And then talk about how we hate them when you calling our lineage a cult.
Discuss it.
I don't know. Like, from what I've heard and the discourse I've kind of heard about it is it's about there's this element of, like, I guess, annoyance that they feel like Black Africans come to the country and they're given preferential treatment because there's this sort of belief that, you know, we work harder and we do this and but therefore.
No, and look at her trying to, and this is why you don't let them explain it. because she's trying to explain it and put Africans on a pedestal. Well, we work harder because there's a belief that we work harder. No, ain't no belief y'all work harder. No, it ain't. Now, y'all do perpetuate the model minority stereotype. Y'all do. But the issue is y'all tethering. The issue is not the stereotype that y'all work harder, because everybody got the damn stereotype that they work harder than us. The damn Asians, the Mexicans, everybody got that stereotype. No, it's not because that stereotype that y'all been given. It's because of y'all behavior. Y'all tethering and disrespecting. And then y'all blocking us politically when it comes to political advancements and economic advancements. Okay? Because she's going to sit up here and make it seem like we're low-key jealous of them. Notice how she's framing the situation. And they always try to frame it like, I guess it's because we just do so well. Maybe that's why you're hating. She's framing it like we're somewhat jealous of them.
Like, I guess, annoyance that they feel like Black Africans come to the country and they're given preferential treatment because there's this sort of belief that, you know, we work harder and we do this, and but therefore we're like the good model minority.
Yeah.
So they believe that like Africans play into the model minority thing, which in turn makes them look bad.
Yeah.
And that even though
No, which in turn makes us look bad. No, it ain't. Okay? If y'all doing stuff that makes us look bad, it's because y'all doing stuff bad. That's why. And y'all don't want to claim y'all homeland. That's the thing. When y'all rob a store or y'all commit a crime, Black is on the headline. But then when y'all graduate or y'all become a doctor, then Nigerian is on the headline. So that's our problem. Because y'all cosplay and y'all tether when it benefits y'all. That's our issue. It's not because, man, y'all doing good and that make me not look good. No, it ain't. I swear to God, y'all believe in y'all own ego. Y'all is not doing, and they make it seem like they all coming over here becoming multimillionaires living in penthouses.
I mean, the FDA and the ADOS lot, they say that they can distinguish who's Black American and who's African.
And I can't.
They say that there's like so many different, like, you know, you can easily distinguish and all that, which I think is a whole load of cap. And, you know, even if they were faced with a situation with the police would give the African person a pass because they can tell by our names that, you know, because of your name that you're going to be harder working, so that you're more likely to get a job. You're less likely to be, you know, attacked by the police and all of these things. They have all of these beliefs. I don't know how true that is. I'm not an African American, you know, I'm not a Black American.
Okay, and the whole framing of the whole you're going to be attacked by the police, nobody listen, the whole thing about what about the police? What about the police? Police. I want y'all to listen to me and listen to me very well. I started making YouTube videos as Afro Elite, and my very first video was about the police. My very first video, the very first thing I ever discussed on YouTube as Afro Elite was about the police. Okay? So trust me, I understand the whole thing about police brutality, but listen to me when I tell you this. As somebody who's beginning into this was about the police. The police are not our only issue. Let me repeat that. The police are not our only issue. The police are not our only problem. The police are not the only thing that we have to deal with. Okay? For the people in the back, I want you guys to come up front so you can hear me. The police are not the only thing. All of y'all say is, what about the police? What about the police? What about them? Everything's not about the police. The police are not the only thing that we're concerned with. Y'all be wrecking the community talking about, well, we get pulled over by the police. That's not the point. It's not. We need to stop. I'm so sick of the whole police thing. I'm so sick of that. Well, the police pull us over. Stop. Everything's not that's not the damn soul of our problems. That's not the core of everything. Where we need to ignore everything because it's about the police. even if we wanted to give you, though, even, and that's really giving y'all something, but even if we wanted to give you the damn police argument, then what about all this other stuff? That's the thing. Okay, police, got it, cool, you got that one. What about everything else that you do? Everything else. Stop with the police thing. Stop that.
And I'm not an African living in America. Do you know what I mean? So I'm always really like, I don't want to completely downplay their issues because I'm sure that there may be some truths to it. Like at the end of the day, we know how white supremacy works, right?
Yeah.
And it does absolutely get off on causing division. That's how it's always been.
You saying it gets off on causing division? You just called us a cult. You just called the Lineage a cult, talking about white supremacy gets off on causing division.
And it's just unfortunate that people are actually buying into it, but they're mad at the wrong people. I just feel like the energy is completely misdirected. And like, even if those differences.
Okay, and they're mad. It's always, we need to focus on, we're mad at the wrong people. We're mad at the wrong people. No, nobody is mad at y'all. And she's trying to frame it like we're mad at Africans for doing well. We're mad at Africans for doing better than us. No, nobody is mad at Africans for quote unquote doing better than us, because they're not doing better than us. They're doing better than they were doing when they were at their homeland. When they were in their homelands, they're doing better than that. They're not doing better than us now. No, they are not.
Are they? So I'm going to give them the benefit of doubt and say that there's some element of truth to that. Who is responsible for that? It's not people that have migrated and want a better life for themselves. And oftentimes Africans are coming to America, working really hard, doing all of these jobs that they're overqualified for, and then going on, getting these qualifications, becoming doctors and treating you. I remember when that woman glued the gorilla glue onto her head.
Yes.
It was an African Ghanaian doctor that actually repaired her head.
Yeah.
No, and notice how they coming over here working hard, becoming doctors and treating you. What? Oh, no, we're not doing that. No. Do y'all think y'all the first doctors here? Do y'all think that y'all accomplishing something that was not done before you? Y'all think y'all coming out here doing anything new? Y'all think there are no Black American doctors? And all of y'all ain't coming out here being doctors. That's cap. This is them embellishing on their success. We're coming out here and we're being doctors and we're treating you. No, you're not being doctors. No, you're not doing that. No. A couple of y'all are doing well. Cool. Y'all, nobody is doing. There's doctors of every ethnicity in America. Do you understand that? That does not reflect the whole population. Y'all see one damn Nigerian doctor and like, we're a doctor now. No, you're not a doctor. No, you're not. No. Okay. A couple of y'all doing cool. She's talking about a damn doctor that came up with it, and at best, and we can give him his credit where credit is due, but it ain't do that much, because let's be honest, he came up with some damn glue remover. He's a doctor who developed a glue remover. I guess. I mean, cool, I suppose. Great. I mean, glue remover. That's we're treating you with glue remover. I mean, cool. I give you that. Then, I mean, let's be honest. The woman who put the Gorilla Glue in her hair, was she FBA? Do we know that for a fact that she was FBA? Because we don't know if she's FBA. Because you out here claiming that you're treating us, she might be a damn African, for all we know, or Caribbean, for all we know. You might be treating your own people. We don't know if she was FBA. Don't put that on us. Yeah, we don't know that for a fact. Hold on now, we got to do her background. If you want to sit up there and claim that this is a victory, and then, look, okay. And if she was, and you created some Gorilla Glue remover, whoop-de-doo. That's great. That's wonderful. And I'm happy for you. Okay? And you need to patent that and put that on some shelves at Home Depot. Okay? So, I mean, that's not no great thing. Look at they're doing basic stuff. making it seem like they're doing something phenomenal. None of what they're doing is phenomenal. That's not phenomenal. You want to do something phenomenal, why don't you get your license and then go back home? And then treat all of the people at home, because y'all sitting up there starving, passing out in the middle of the street. That's why you have all of these damn white missionaries going over there giving them diseases and vaccine and all of these crazy stuff. The white missionaries over there running amok because all of the doctors are fleeing. Y'all barely got any doctors where you're from. Why don't you go over there and be a doctor where you need to be a doctor? Okay, because even if you weren't here, a damn woman with a Gorilla Glue head is okay. Okay, they need some damn doctors over there. You need to go be a doctor in your homeland. While you talking about we doing great over here creating some damn glue remover. Okay, don't worry, we got the glue remover. You go be a doctor in your homeland. Don't be trying to flex on that. Don't do that.
Do you know what I mean? So
For free.
Yeah, for free. Exactly. So I feel like it's, I don't know. I just think it's complete and utter the anger's misdirected. And I also think there's figureheads that are taking advantage. And I feel like there's always people that take advantage of people that are vulnerable and uneducated. And the Tariq Nasheeds of the world know what they're doing because he is educated and he definitely knows better. And I don't know how he's gone from making.
Okay. Tariq knows better, and then they bringing up Tariq because now here's the whole thing of Tariq is a grifter and Tariq switched from Pan-Africanism. Look now, I mean, how many times have we heard this? How many times have we heard this?
Documentaries like Hidden Colors to how we've got here. I need to investigate that timeline. I used to really
listen. Let me tell y'all something. The whole how we got to Hidden Colors and how we got here. I need to honor. Y'all keep acting like y'all don't understand Tariq. How did Tariq do? No, Tariq is really not saying anything Tariq has not always said. Now Tariq is more lineage focused than he used to be, but Tariq was never sitting up there acting like we all the same people. That's no, and he's not no leader or nothing like that. And we're not uneducated. They keep trying to make it seem like we're a bunch of dumb idiots who Tariq is finessing. No, nobody is dumb. Nobody is dumb. Nobody is not getting it. Nobody is uninformed, and we sit up there like, well, if Tariq say it is true now, Tariq, we love Tariq. We got our own receipts. We do our own lineage. We got our own documentation. We do all of this stuff. Okay, we're doing this because we know. She's making it seem like Tariq has got a string on his fingers and he's some type of evil puppet master, and we sit up there doing all like this. Yes, Tariq. Yes, Tariq. Oh, yes, Tariq. I love you, master. No. Let me tell y'all something. If Tariq signed off of social media, let's say Tariq was done with social media. Okay, he's done with YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. He just off. He deleted it all and says, I'm cool. I'm done. I'm gonna just do what I'm gonna do. All that social media stuff, I'm done. And Tariq, you never heard from Tariq again. He was all off social media forever. Do you think we gonna stop? Do you think that it's over? That we gonna be all like, I guess we all African again if Tariq isn't here? Do you think we're gonna go back to all being this one big African? If Tariq just signed off of social media, do you think like, well, without our leader Tariq, I guess we are all African? Okay, no. This is bigger than one individual. Okay, we are all right here and doing this because we know this to be true. It's not that this is some type of leader who's got us under some brainwash thing where he has some type of a clock or watch or whatever, and it switches back. You know how in the cartoons you have a wristwatch and the thing switches back and forth or whatever, and you like, oh, FBA. No, this ain't that. It ain't never been that. Okay, we not brainwashed. We know who we are. And this is beyond one person. And they keep trying to make Tariq the leader of it to make it seem like we're just quote unquote uneducated. And Tariq is brainwashing us. Okay? And it's not that. They keep trying to do that so they can frame it as a group instead of the lineage that it is. And it needs to be taken serious as a lineage. The same way y'all want us to take y'all lineage serious, y'all need to take our lineage serious. But they want to keep framing our lineage as a group because our lineage isn't taking and tolerating any more disrespect from them anymore. We're not doing that anymore. Y'all not gonna get us to dismiss our lineage.
Enjoy it. I
Money.
really enjoyed that documentary. And now we're here. But I feel like those sort of figureheads are absolutely taking advantage of people that don't know any better, and they're causing these cults, and they're getting them to do their dirty work. They're throwing rocks and hiding hands. And all of this stuff is just
getting them to do their dirty work. What are we doing to you all? I want y'all to just think about that. What are we, if Tariq was quote unquote throwing rocks and hiding his hands and getting us his brainwashed minions to do his dirty work, what are we doing to you guys? Nothing is actually being done to you all. The boycott thing, the concept of that just started on TikTok. And Tariq isn't the one who started it. And that's just us not supporting you guys. So what are we doing? Not allowing you guys to finesse us? Not allowing you guys to exploit our culture and cosplay us? Nobody is out there harming no Africans or Caribbeans. Nobody is out there vandalizing y'all businesses and breaking into y'all houses or doing anything to cause any bit of harm to you guys. Nobody is doing none of that. Talking about some dirty work like we're sitting up there exterminating y'all or something like that. Nobody is doing nothing to y'all.
completely divisive. Now, obviously, I'm African, so of course, the whole thing is ridiculous and insulting. But I'm not going to say that, maybe Africans do perpetuate model minority behavior or sometimes perpetuate coonery that makes it harder for them. Like, I'm not going to downplay anyone's plight. I'm not going to talk shit on Black Americans because I think that what they've contributed to the world is incredible. Like, they are an important part of the diaspora. But all of this is stupid. And it just does not help anybody's cause. I can't look at
it's stupid and it doesn't help anybody's cause. Dude, okay. Now notice how she very dismissively admits that, yeah, Africans are problematic. Very dismissively, she's like, well, maybe I can give them the benefit of the doubt. That's how she framed it. She's like, if maybe I can give them the benefit of the doubt and say maybe Africans do participate in the model minority. She framed it as a maybe or a hypothetical. Now, she called us cults. That's unapologetic. There's no ambiguity. There's no benefit of the doubt or anything that we're cults and we hate them. But when it comes to things that they do, it's well, maybe there are some Africans who, do things a little out of hand. I guess I can kind of give you that. Notice how she framed it that way. And then immediately went to, well, yeah, but you got to understand that, there's a bigger issue. Notice that. Even when they, quote unquote, admit their wrongdoing, they slightly do it and then immediately move past it. Let me play it back for you guys again. That's how they talk about it.
Maybe Africans do perpetuate model minority behavior or sometimes perpetuate coonery that makes it harder for them. Like, I'm not going to downplay anyone's plight. I'm not going to talk shit on Black Americans because I think that what they've contributed to the world is incredible. Like, they are an important part of the diaspora. But all of this is stupid. And it just does not help anybody's cause. I can't look at someone and tell who's Black American, who's first generation African, none of that stuff. And I just think that people are laughing at us. I think it's so incredibly cringe. And before you boycott African businesses, and there's a lot of there's a lot of people that are pushing back on it as well. Thank God. I don't know if that's just my algorithm, but some of the stuff that the ADOS and the FBAs are spewing, it's misinformation. A lot of it is bullshit. It's so ignorant. And, the same way they have been indoctrinated to believe all of these negative things about Black Africans, we've also had that. Do you know what I mean? I remember I saw this TikTok and this woman was like,
the thing is that actually, I'm gonna let her say what she got to say. I'm gonna let her say what she got to say, and then I'm gonna respond to it.
She realized that
Now, remember, she says the same way we've been indoctrinated against Africa is the same way Africans been indoctrinated against us. Okay, let's hear that out. Let's hear that out.
It was all indoctrination. It was all propaganda on both sides. And she'd asked an African, like, what were your sort of perceptions of Black Americans? And he was just like, well, what we saw in Africa on TV was that you guys are all pimps, drug dealers, baby moms, blah, blah, blah. Like all of these really negative stereotypes. And then when he asked her in return, she was just like, well, yeah, you guys live in bushes and you're really like, you're really, is it primal?
Yeah.
Creatures, and you're backwards and you're all of this. So again, we need to look at like who is the culprit and
who benefit,
and exactly who benefits from all of this stuff, because no side, like no one wins when the family feuds.
100%.
Okay. Here's the thing. Here's the thing with that. Let me tell y'all know I like telling you the thing. So here is the thing. Let me tell you what the thing is. There was propaganda against Africans. A lot of propaganda from white supremacists against Africans. And indoctrination against Africans towards foundational Black Americans. And there was propaganda against foundational Black Americans towards Africans. Here's the thing. Y'all know, come on, I'm about to tell you what the thing is. The thing is that we fought against the image that that white supremacy had put on Africa. Okay. We were the ones who said that's not true about Africa. When they was all like, Africans, they were really primitive and they're primal and they're like people, they're like Tarzan, and they be eating out of off the ground and dirt, and they're nasty and they're dirty and they don't have pants and they're degenerate people. Black Americans were the people who are all like, no, Africans are not like that. We were the people who tried to change the image of Africa to say that they were not like that, and they were people who were sophisticated and had this great culture and had riches and stuff like that, with the Pan-African movement and all of that stuff. Okay, that's why you had us having movies like Coming to America with Eddie Murphy, who was a Black American, and a whole bunch of cast who are Black American FBA brothers and sisters, talking about Africa being this big royalty and kings and queens and stuff like that coming from Africa with riches and all of that from Africa. Okay, when Michael Jackson did his Remember the Times music video, where he was, had the Egyptian theme in the music video going on, and all of them were Black and rich and all of that stuff. It was us deliberately trying to counter the propaganda and the negative stereotypes of Africa. So it doesn't go both ways. It can't do that. It doesn't do that, because we were the ones who were saying that actually that's a lie about Africa and y'all shouldn't make them out to be that way. And we don't believe that. We were saying that we don't believe that about Africa. Okay. They were coming over here talking about, yeah, well, y'all have stereotypes about us. Yeah, but the difference is that we didn't believe the stereotypes. Y'all didn't come over here and we all like, well, I saw in the documentary that y'all are dirty cannibals, so I don't like y'all. No. Okay, we have an experience knowing the fact that white supremacists lie. We know that. So when they tell us things about another group of people, we don't believe them because we know they lie. Y'all who got statues of white Jesus today, if y'all didn't know that, in Africa, they still have big statues of a Caucasian Jesus that never existed in their lands today. Y'all believe anything and everything a white person tells you, because y'all think that white people look like God. Y'all think that white people are God. So y'all gonna believe that everything a white person tells you. So when a white person tells you that FBAs are this way and stay away from FBAs, it's like, damn it, God telling you that. And if y'all believe God told you that, y'all gonna do it. That's the difference. So in y'all homeland, y'all have developed a disdain for us because y'all allowed this white God to tell you guys to have that. Okay? That's what the same white God that comes there and colonizes your homeland and strips you from your resources and makes you guys enslaved and or subjugates you guys. That same white God is the same white God that you said that you guys are listening to as far as your depiction of us. Okay? That's the difference. Because if we understand, we used to be enslaved by you. So why should we believe anything you tell us? That's how we think. I don't get how y'all don't think that. Y'all know who colonized you. If these are the colonizers, why are you believing anything the colonizers tell you? How is that? Because to us, that just don't make sense. That's why we never was on that page. To us, that just didn't make sense. Y'all had us enslaved. And y'all still treat us racist. Y'all still treat us like we're less than human. So why are we going to believe anything you guys tell us about anybody else? If y'all tell us that we were slaves, if y'all tell us all this bad stuff, okay? Why would we believe you? That doesn't make sense. But to them, for whatever reason, they believe them. Because to them, they still think, and here's the thing, they still think that God looks white. They still think that God looked like Brad Pitt, a white man with blonde hair. Okay? If Brad Pitt went to Africa, they would think Jesus came back. That's sad, but it's true. Brad Pitt, if he ever go anywhere in Africa, they would think he's Jesus. The only question is that, damn, I thought Jesus had longer hair. Brad Pitt better not ever grow his hair out. He better not ever do that. They think he's Jesus for real. They would. It's unfortunate they would. And that's why Africa is in the situation that it is today. Okay? Because too many of you guys still believe in this white Jesus. Too many of them do. And unless they're going to dismiss the mental colonization from their oppressors, they're not gonna physically do it. You have to mentally divorce yourselves from your colonizers, okay, and your oppressors in order to physically do it. You can't physically do it if you can't mentally do it, okay? This is why in America, they didn't want Black Americans to learn how to read. You guys ever know or ever think about why was it such a big deal that we didn't know how to read? Why was it such a thing that was so severe, so serious to them that they would kill you if you knew how to read? Why was that? Why it was that deep that they would kill you if you knew how to read? Why? Because if you knew how to read, you were able to find out that you were able to learn and find out that these people are not supposed to be your oppressors. It's not no divine thing from God that these people are supposed to be your masters. You're going to learn about yourself. And by learning how to read, you can educate yourself. And by educating yourself, you're going to mentally and psychologically divorce yourself and break the mental and psychological shackles. And if you break these psychological shackles on you, then you will eventually figure out a way to break the physical shackles. So they are saying that none of them can read, because reading is going to break the mental shackles that we have on them. And if they do that, they're eventually going to rebel and break the physical ones. That's why when you found out people who learn how to read or learn the truth and broke the physical or mental, rather, shackles, like Harriet Tubman, like Nat Turner, like John Horse, like Frederick Douglass, all of these people who first things, even they were born in slavery, the very first thing they had to do is break the mental shackles. And then after that, they were able to quickly find a way to break the physical shackles and then break the physical shackles of other Black people. Okay? And Harriet Tubman was freeing a lot of Black people after she broke their mental shackles. But some people, they didn't have time to break their mental shackles and they had to get left behind. Unfortunately. But you gotta break that. And the thing is that Africa has not broken that yet. Okay? And I'm talking about the collective of them, all of the nations. There are some people who live, there's 1 billion people on the land. There's some people who might not have the damn mental shackles, but the country has the mental shackles. The leadership has the mental shackles. The population, the culture has mental shackles on them, where they still believe that Jesus looks white and Jesus is white. Okay? And until they break the mental shackles on them, they're going to have this damn hunter-gatherer, survival of the fittest, backstabbing mentality in culture. Okay? That's what they're going to have. That's why in Africa, they can't unite in Africa. Why some countries are colonized and some countries are making deals with white people. None of them are united. None of them are together. Now, if Africa collectively would break their mental shackles, it would be over. Not a single country should be oppressed. There's 54 damn countries in Africa. Are you serious? Are you serious? Not a single African country should be oppressed or subjugated at all. But yet, none of these countries are sticking together. And these countries are not sticking together because they still have their mental shackles on them. They haven't broken it. Not even in 2025. And if they can't break the damn shackles, if they can't get out of that, then it's it. It's it. They're still locked down mentally. And there's nothing they can do physically. Now, physically, they could do something. But it doesn't matter how strong you are physically, how many people you are physically, how much resources you have physically. If mentally you're still enslaved, if mentally you're still colonized, it's done. They won the game, and they don't even have to physically occupy you. They understood with us, you gotta physically occupy us. You gotta physically. They was all like, you gotta physically occupy them niggas, because them niggas they ain't the same. With them, all you had to do was mentally occupy them. So mentally, they're occupied. Mentally, they're colonized. That's the thing. And which is why the whole, what can't we all ignore the tethers? Can't we all focus on the bigger issue? Can't we just look past it? Can't we see the bigger fight, the bigger enemy? No, ooh, we cannot do that. We cannot do that because you guys are mentally colonized, and you're coming among us with that mental colonized mindset, and you're creating problems, and you guys are preventing us from being able to move the needle forward because you're creating too many damn problems. So you're mentally, no, we cannot move past that. Okay, now we got to do a thing of, now we got to do damage control because of all of the stuff that y'all have done, because you guys are mentally colonized. You're mentally colonized. And the thing is that it would be so easy for them to physically overturn everything. Physically, they could have done it years ago. I don't care nothing about their weapons are not as advanced or whatever the case is, whatever excuse is. Physically, they could have done it and should have done it years ago. But mentally, if you're not there mentally, it's not going to happen. Let me get to these super chats. David, again, he says, I may not know, or I might not have known that we are the most special people on the planet if the whole world wasn't so weirdly obsessed with us. Yeah, to be honest, yeah, that's a good point. And we don't even bother anybody else. We really don't. We mind our business. The chosen ones, we are. Because if we ain't, who is? Ain't nobody else is. Okay. Wilson says, we need to keep standing on business. B1, we do. We need to keep standing on business. We do. And we're doing a great job with it. Tell it like it is. He says, those braids are so tight, they sleep with their eyes open. That's funny. But they do they do make type braids. They make crazy type braids. Okay. Doug says the boycott is to remind them that we are not the sixth section to steal our reparations. Oh yeah, we've proven a point. We are going to prove a point. We making it be known. Hey, all of this y'all doing what y'all want to do is over with. We're making a point. We're making that known, and we got to keep it up. Okay, David, again, he says, I'm going to just say that we all know Africans are the real haters and envious of us. I've heard they say us as gods. I heard they see us as gods, but they try to project that envy and hate on us. That's true. While trying to block us politically. They do. A lot of them, it's a disease, man. It's a disease. Okay. That they have in their heads. They are not well, man. He continues to say, we've done nothing to them, dirtfoots. Damn. We ain't did nothing to nobody for them to be that upset. Life, it says, wouldn't have religious rights if we was a cult. That's true. Wouldn't we have a religious rights if we was a cult? If we're a cult, we're a cult of 43 million people. That's the hugest cult I've ever seen in my entire life. I've never seen a cult. I've never heard of a cult of 43 million people. I've never heard of that. 43 million people of men, women, children, old, young, straight, gay, religious, non-religious, Muslim, Christian, of 43 million people. Wow. Democrat, Republican, 43. Wow. That's a crazy cult right there. Okay. David says, we tried to make them look good. We did. Okay. Look at the thanks they give us. A knife in the back. Okay. How 100 white men and 3 Chinese men colonize 1.4 billion Africans. Make it make sense. But FBAs make a change. It says FBAs make a quote change being the minority. We do. We make a change. We are the change. We're the change. We're the people who've led Black empowerment to where it is, and we just got to keep doing it. We just got to keep doing what we've always been doing. We've been doing stuff that we just haven't been knowing that we've been doing. That's the thing. We've always done it. We've always been doing it. We're not doing anything new. We've always done this, and we always will do this. This is just who we are. This is the cloth we're from. We're just from this cloth. We always have. We just didn't give ourselves credit for this. That's it. We just didn't take pride in this and didn't claim it. That's it. Now we're just claiming something that we've always done. We've always done this, and we always will do this until the fight is over. We're gonna do this till the fight is over. Okay? Because we ain't going nowhere. And the thing is that they are, and that's why they tripping about ICE. That's why they tripping about ICE. It's because they're the ones who are going somewhere. Okay? They're the ones who are leaving. And it's okay because they're not really being that big of a benefit here anyway. It's okay. The consequences that you get for disrespecting the culture is going to be a boycott. I mean, let's be honest. The consequences that you get. Has anybody heard of where Kamala is going next? Anybody know where Kamala is going next? Anybody? How did Fat Joe's album do? Kamala do. Anybody know where Kamala is? She ain't gonna in California. She ain't running for president no more. Anybody know where Kamala's going? Anybody? Fat Joe. How did Fat Joe's album do? Anybody heard? What is Fat Joe's his last album's name? Did you guys know Fat Joe dropped an album recently? Did anybody even know that? He hasn't been doing any promotion because that thing went straight to garbage. It went straight to garbage. Ain't nobody even know about that. Drake, how that lawsuit going, Drake? Aubrey, how that lawsuit going, Aubrey? How that lawsuit going? You sitting up there, you trying to find anything You trying to find dirt on the, if he cheated on a damn test in high school, you trying to figure that out. You damn snitch, Aubrey. Come on now. How that going? Tyler, how that album doing? Miss Colored Girl from Joe Berg. How that album doing? You colored girl, come on now. Tell y'all the consequences you get for disrespecting culture. You're gonna get some consequences. You're gonna face some consequences. You're gonna face the consequences. All right. Now, before we leave, I want to also give you guys the fact that, bam, if y'all like the shirt, I know a lot of people, y'all love this shirt, right? Y'all love it. I'm sure y'all do. I know y'all do. If y'all love it, drop the American flag in the chat room. Let me know how much y'all love it. Okay. Because I was working on it, making sure the design, I wanted it to be somewhat cool but unique. Trust me, it took a lot to crop this in here and then have the thing so you can get this in all different types of colors or whatever the case is. Yeah, y'all let me know how much y'all want to rep y'all culture, your heritage with the nation it belongs to. Y'all let me know. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay. If y'all want to get one, you guys can get one on sale. The sale starts tomorrow and it goes for the rest of the week. The sale starts tomorrow and it's on the site, in the link in the description. Okay. So if you go to the link in the description, you guys can get one of these brand new designs. Y'all can go into the FBA designs and the different color schemes. Everybody loves it. It's amazing. Y'all definitely got to get yourself one. Y'all definitely got to get yourself one. You see BX is putting the link to the site in there. Okay. Y'all definitely got to do that. The video we did, or the live stream rather, we did Monday, that's coming back later on this week. So be looking forward to that. If you guys want to listen to the playback, if you guys didn't listen to the whole thing or missed the thing entirely, it's okay. I'm getting it taken care of. You guys just have to wait for the end of the week and then everything's going to be great. All right. Appreciate you guys. We had a little hiccup. You know, it was hating, but it's okay. So with tonight being a really, really, really good night, we're back on the algorithm the way we're supposed to. You know, we had a bump in the road, but now we back on it. We back doing what we got to be doing. So that's good. That's good. So we back. Okay. Back like we never left, baby. Back like we never left. All right. Okay. It says 2K25, 2025. It says this the season that Santa disappoints. Hey, everybody's learning a very valuable lesson. Everybody's learning a very valuable lesson, and we got to stand on business. Okay. They still talking greasy. We already in our, y'all still talking greasy about a boycott. Really? Y'all some very thick-headed people. Y'all don't learn lessons that easy. I see. Y'all don't really learn that easy. Okay. It's okay. Because if you think that we rushing back for you guys, I'll promise you it's not. If y'all need us to, it's okay. It's okay. So y'all wanted to go past August. That's kind of what I'm seeing. I'm seeing them ask us to go past August. That's what I'm seeing. And if they want us to go past August, if they want us to keep it up, all right. They talk about you won this round. Y'all want rounds now? Okay. If we win round 1 and round 2 and y'all want a round 3, we can do a round 3, round 4, round 5, round 6. We can do however many rounds y'all want to do. If y'all get up, it's another round. Every time you get up, ding, ding, it's another round. Come on, put them up. We can do this we can do this all day. Whatever, however many rounds y'all want. Y'all put them, come on, put them up. We got you. Because we don't get tired. Y'all get tired. And y'all gonna get tired and y'all gonna tap out. Okay, or y'all gonna take a knee before it's all said and done, because we're not going anywhere. We're not getting tired, and we're not gonna stop. We're really entertaining y'all at this point because there's really no rounds, really no fight, really no competition. But if y'all want to put your dokes up, then let's put them up and let's just see who wins. We're gonna see, even though we know. You already know. Spoiler alert. That's good. I'm glad we back, family. I'm glad we back. I was hoping that the algorithm didn't do no funny stuff tonight, but we had a decent amount of people tonight. So I'm glad the algorithm didn't like throw us off all the way. Okay, so that's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. And I appreciate you guys for being here. I appreciate you guys for liking. I appreciate you guys for doing that. I said we needed to lock in because they was playing games, but we all came in and we all locked in. All right, we locked in. So I appreciate y'all. Thank you guys so very much. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. All right. Now we got some stuff we got to work on, or I got some stuff I got to work on. So I got to get out of here. I got to get some work done. I appreciate you guys so very much, family. Y'all make sure y'all come back tomorrow. Y'all make sure y'all get yourself a good FBA, the Black American Heritage Flag shirt. Okay. Y'all can rep y'all heritage in y'all nation. Y'all make sure y'all get that. Y'all can go to the website and get 20% off too. Okay, right after midnight, which is in a couple hours. If y'all wait a couple hours, the sale is gonna be there. Y'all just wait like a couple hours, depending on where you're from, and bam, y'all got the sale. Okay, and y'all can get 20% off. Just put it in the cart. All y'all gotta do is put it in the cart in the morning. Just confirm the purchase. 20% off. Bam, just like that. I hooked y'all up. Yep, just like that. All right. That being said, Black first to every single last one of y'all. Okay, we the winners. We're the ones carrying Black empowerment, and that's just what it's gonna be. That's what we gotta do. All right. So thank you all for watching, and you all have a good one. Y'all stay blessed.